Sound test one. Can you all hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. All right, we're in. Okay, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so oh boy. Um, hope you can all hear me. Hope you can all see me. If you can't, please let me know. I know the sound test just worked, but let's get going, shall we? Welcome everyone to the special 1,000 subscriber celebration live stream. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so happy to be having this. This is awesome. I've been waiting for this for a long time. And I'm really glad to see that the hard work's starting to pay off. So, got a little celebration planned today. Basically Q&A throughout the whole stream. So, if any of you have any questions or anything like that, just pop them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them within reason, of course. Don't be like weird about it. I trust you guys won't be. I got some delicious prosecco. Celebrate. Just making sure, like, everyone can hear me, yeah? It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I just want trying to make sure that it's not going to be, like, weird and funky with some issues, because I had some issues before, but I think we're good now. Regardless, got some Prosecco. Okay, cool. Got some delicious Prosecco, because Prosecco's better than champagne, so we're going to pop that open. And then we're going to be making this boy, which is our mini building blocks Magnum XL 200 front car Lego thingy that I got in October. This is just going to kind of be a backdrop, obviously. I'm going to kind of work on that while we chill and talk. And then maybe, depending on how things go, we might boot up some RCT for some old school RCT gaming. But, for the time being, I'm going to start with the Prosecco. How did I murder Dorodampa? That's my question. I really wanted to ride Dorodampa. I was really sad that I'm never going to get the chance to do it. I also never got to ride Hypersonic, unfortunately. It was closed when I did go, like, while Hypersonic was in the park, but it was closed, unfortunately. So I never got the chance to ride that, which is a damn shame. I got on Volcano, which is great, obviously. I got on Shockwave, which sucked. But, you know, I got my defunct credits at King's Dominion, but I never got Hypersonic. I just started watching Ryan the Ride Mechanic, actually. Someone recommended him to me. Pretty cool guy. I'll be honest, I've been pretty busy lately, so I haven't been watching as many videos as I kind of usually do, but I'm definitely going to give him more, because it's a cool perspective. Like, I'm coming kind of from the engineering side, and he's coming from, you know, the ride mechanic side, and they're kind of similar but different. So, yeah, it's definitely a cool perspective. I guess I'm more like the El Toro Ryan brain, that we don't actually work in coasters, but we work in engineering, and we like coasters, so we know a lot about coaster engineering just because of that. Anyways, there we go. I did a great job with this, by the way, as you can tell. But let's it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to look good. Anyways, cheers. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. That went well. That went real well. Okay, that spilled all over me. And now I need to be back in 2 minutes. Nice. Oh man. That's a good omen for the stream, by the way. That is a very good omen. That's what I hear. Lucky for me, I'm just wearing some shorts that I don't really care about. And this is my backup Magnum shirt. You know, it's funny. I went to bartending school, actually, a few years back, and they teach you how to do champagne and how to open up champagne properly. Obviously, that did not stick well with me because it just spilled all over me, but that's okay. Anyways. Where was I? Okay, so the Prosecco's open. Let me know if you guys happen to be celebrating in the comments below. And if not, if you're just hydrating, that's very responsible of you. But boy, do I have a treat for you here. You ready for this? Our champagne vessel for the day is going to be my newest roller coaster merch purchase. You ready for this? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's a Viper boot shot glass. Isn't this terrible? Isn't this horrible? it's it's so bad, but I love it. I paid way too much money for this, and I had my friend Deborah ship it from California for it to be here. But it's the funniest thing I've ever seen, so I needed to buy it. A lot of people have like fridge magnet collections. I do shot glass collections, which I thought was a great idea until I have like 30 shot glasses now, and I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's terribly good, which is like all Viper merch because they don't really like give all the cool merch to Viper. They just get the weird shit. But I'm fine with that. I also have an actual glass for, but we're gonna start off with the Viper boot mug. All right. Cheers, everyone. Okay, that's a good question. Outside of North America, I really want to do Japan. For obvious like the obvious reasons like Fuji Q, like obviously Ejaneka is like right up there. Steel Dragon, Hakuge, but also like Japan has all the really weird stuff that I really like. All those weird Japanese jet coasters, all those like bizarre togos out there, like they seem really interesting, and I kind of want to. I definitely want to like go ride those because I feel like a lot of them are probably gonna like go by the wayside pretty soon. Um, in Europe, I don't know. I kind of just want to go to Fantasialand. I feel like that's less for the rides, more for just the experience of Fantasialand. Yeah, the Ultra Twisters look awesome. It was gone by the time I was at Great Adventure. I think my parents wrote it. They didn't really talk about it. I think I asked them like once, and UK definitely. I gotta get the big one, obviously. I gotta get those Arrow Hypers. Um, and also the Vampire at Chessington thingy. But Hyperion looks dope. They get a lot of weird stuff too that I definitely want to hit up. Like Great Adventure had all this cool stuff that I didn't get because they like got rid of it like right before. For example, Viper, the Togo. Speaking of Togos, I remember seeing Viper. I was too small to actually ride Viper because, I was like a kid at the time. But I remember seeing it and being like, that looks cool. And then it was gone. And then El Toro came in. I'm like, okay, this is a big improvement. Oh, no. Don't. No apologies for being late, man. Welcome to the party. Thank you all again for joining. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Honestly, I respect that. I did see he released like a best Cedar Fair coasters video, I think. Right? I didn't watch it because I was prepping for this and spilling champagne all over me. But besides that, yeah, he's been doing a lot of like is Steel Force way too low? I hear. I'm going to ask them, so I will kind of run through my plan for. Okay, this is actually terrible to drink out of, so I'm gonna move to a actual glass. But Mamba. Okay, to be fair, I hear Mamba Trimless now absolutely slaps. I probably wouldn't put it above Magnum. Okay, I definitely wouldn't put it over Magnum, but I'm going to winter chill out at Dorney Park. Yes, Dorney Park is doing a winter chill out. So it's not going to be Cedar Point, obviously, but I'm really excited because it's the type of thing that's definitely going to be 100% up my alley. And I've been hearing rumors that Steel Force is getting the new control module too, like Mamba did. I don't know if that's actually true. I'm going to ask them this weekend, and if they do, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there in the morning. The 9 a.m. There's two time slots, like the 9 a.m. time slot. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be making a shitpost video about it, so be prepared for that. I apologize in advance to all of the Dorney employees. Oh, okay, awesome. That's great to know. Because if Steel Force runs trimless, it's probably going to be amazing. And it doesn't like stop over the lift hill. Because it really slows down over the lift hill now. I don't really understand why it does that. Mamba doesn't do that anymore after they changed out the lift. Not the lift, the control module. So I'm hoping that Steel Force won't do that, and then like the first drop will be good. You know, so that'll be fun. I'm excited to see if it's like I've always like kind of have Steel Force and Nitro kind of like hopping around each other in like my home park hyper battle. Like one day I'll like Nitro more, the other day I'll like Steel Force more, but this will probably push Steel Force over the edge, honestly. Um, yeah. All right. What else? 420 at Kennywood. I bet it will be a packed disaster. I want to go. Yeah, Kennywood is really small and it gets really packed, but I love it. It's great. Um, my recent climate, actually, so I recently went to India. I don't know if I mentioned that. I like was physically like a few feet away from the Himalayas, which was really cool. You couldn't see any of it because the smog was really bad. And I tried to find like a garbage credit, like that El Toro Ryan video where he like goes to Egypt and he rides an SLC. Unfortunately, I could not find one near me, but I really wanted to do that. Regardless, yeah, I did go to Disney last weekend and I rode Everest. And the other Disney rides. I rode Guardians for the first time. We'll talk about that a little more later, but I still love Everest. It's great, and the single rider line is the best. You just keep hopping on, hopping on, hopping on. I only got like 3 rides because I was with my dad and it was his birthday, so I didn't want to like be mean and like force him to just wait because he's 65 years old and is not gonna lap it a million times. But yeah, will Kingda Ka get rethemed as Snoopy due to the merge? That'd be cool. I'd be open to it. I wouldn't be surprised if they like retheme a bunch of rides like now that we're at the merger, even if it's like not official yet. I expect a bunch of rethemes. I know like the Intimidator 305 thing was just like the Dale Earnhardt IP dropping, because apparently Dale Earnhardt's like widow is kind of a dick and makes everything really expensive, so that's why. But yeah, thank you, Dan. Thank you. I'm really well yeah, we'll get a screen grab of the champagne pop. Don't worry. This will be backed up and you'll be able to watch it later, but my pants are really wet, honestly, but we're just going to ignore that. There's a Giaga Lake credit in India, the Arrow corkscrew. Really? Um if we had more time in Delhi, I would have like found a place and sought it out. We only had like 6 hours in Delhi. And so we basically spent all of that in like a guided tour. I spent the rest of it in Chandigarh, which is like a small-ish city, like way up north, like right by the edge of the Himalayas. And I mean, if you saw the picture I like posted of like, there's like a little kiddie park, but it didn't actually have a coaster in it. It just had one of those powered thingies that like goes around in a circle, which I was sad about because if it was like a dragon wagon, I totally would have ridden it, and people would have given me the weirdest stares. Thank you so much for the congrats. I appreciate. We're past 1,000 though. We're at like 1150 now. Like this is great. I mean the the i305 video. May it rest in peace. May it rest in peace. Of course, it did drop at like the perfect time. I was honestly hoping because I had like feelings that like it was gonna happen soon. I had feelings the song was good. I was hoping that I would get it like right before the announcement. Then it didn't. Then the announcement happened, but I had the video ready, so I released it early because I'm like, oh my god. I like had it like uploading on YouTube and I saw the news. I'm like, no, 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 no. But it ended up working out. And people liked that a lot, which is good because I loved it. I think I put a lot of work into that video, but I think it paid off. So I'm glad to see that it succeeded and we got monetization from it, which is huge. Like full monetization. Like I'm getting money from videos now. I'm getting like 10 cents a day in residuals because I haven't released the video in a while, but it's like, yeah, 10 cents. That's not bad. You ever think we'll see magnetic launches the same level of oomph as hydraulic launches? On paper, it should be doable, but I'm unsure if any manufacturers will go for it. I think like with the passage of time and just like we're gonna get more efficient with power delivery and also capacitors and like battery technology like continually gets better and better. I don't know if we're ever gonna hit like SNF like I don't think we're ever gonna hit like Dotodampa levels with like an LSM. I do think they'll get faster from here. They're definitely like faster than they were like 20 years ago, and I'm sure it's gonna keep going. I hope it's not gonna be trimmed to death. Like that'll be really sad. I don't think it will. Like I-305 is like El Toro kind of in that they can't trim it more than it already is because it slows down a lot at the end, and that the placement of the trim on I-305 is kind of like right there, and it slows down really slow trains a lot. So I think it's okay. I don't know. I think I missed a question. Oh, have I ridden an Arrow shuttle loop? No, I've not. My parents have. They used to go all the time. So, for context, I grew up on Long Island, and my parents grew up in New York City. They used to go down to Great Adventure a lot when they were kids. So they used to ride the lightning loops all the time. And I remember at some point I brought up Frontier City and their Arrow shuttle loop there. At some point I brought it up to them, and I was like, "Hey, did you ever ride this?" They're like, "Oh, we love that ride. We used to ride it all the time. It was great." So Frontier City is kind of on my bucket list because of that. Because I feel like I have like a connection there, you know, because it's like my family rode it when they were young, and then I'll get to ride it eventually. It's just the middle of nowhere. Maybe if I get to like, is it even close to Silver Dollar City? I don't know enough about I don't know enough about the Midwest. What trips do I have? So, hi Michael, thank you for joining. I have a couple lined up. So the big kind of trip is going to be hopefully during this summer. I'm going to do a big road trip and kind of hit up all the parks in like my general area. Yeah, I figured it would be very far from Oklahoma City. I don't know. I'm going to Omaha this summer, and I was like, oh, Frontier City's near Omaha, right? And then I'm like, wait, no, Oklahoma City, not even close. So I don't even know. It's like wedding season. I'm trying to take advantage of that, but they're all in places there aren't credits. Anyways, I have a large trip planned, hopefully, basically road trip to hit up like every single park in the area that I haven't hit up already. So everything within driving distance of me, which mainly means stuff like north and west of me. So that's going to be like Six Flags New England. It's going to be The Great Escape. It's going to be Darien Lake. It's going to be Canada's Wonderland. And yes, we're shooting for Dragon Mountain. That's very high on the list. I'm not saying that like I'm planning this trip entirely around Dragon Mountain, but I'm kind of entirely planning this trip around Dragon Mountain. Then we're gonna hit up Waldemere. Um, there's another park that I can't think of in the interim. But yeah, Waldemere, and then I'm gonna kind of finish off at Kings Island and Cedar Point, which obviously I've been to before. But the fun plan is gonna be trying to go back all the way because I think if I'm planning this correctly, I will have to drive back like from Cedar Point on Sunday back to Philly, which will be like an 8 hour drive. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's kind of the big trip. Probably gonna try to head out to California again at some point. I did just go to Disney World. That was a trip for my father. He just turned 65, and so he wanted to have like a big Disney party. We had like a magical gathering, which was fun. I did. Unfortunately, I didn't get to any of the other parks, but I think I might go down to Florida again because one of my cousins lives down there. A bunch of my friend, my cousin is a ride op there. Well, he was. He works at Disney. My cousin was a ride op there. He still works there in food service. My other cousin lives in Tampa. I went to BGT with him. I have a lot of people down there, so we'll probably try to get back to Florida. And then I'm also trying to shoot to get to California's Great America before it closes because my friend works for a company, so once every quarter. Sorry, there's still like wet all over here. My friend works for a company, and once a quarter they fly him out to San Francisco. So they went to CGA last time they were out there. I'm gonna try to hop on. See, that's the plan. The big road trip's kind of the big plan, and we're gonna try to just hop around and get a lot of stuff in the middle. Obviously, I'm gonna hit up with the local parks. I'm gonna go to Hershey. I'm gonna go to Dorney. I'm going to Dorney this weekend. I'm gonna go to Great Adventure. I'm gonna go probably to Coney Island. I'm gonna go back to King's Dominion likely. I didn't get back to King's Dominion last year. I really want to. I also want to get back to BGW for rebuilt Nessie. I want to see how that is. Those are all parks I've been to a bunch, but you know they're still great parks, and I want to see that. I've not been follow. Oh wait, is the Coaster Madness thing the bracket? Is that what you're saying? Hi Molly. Busch Gardens Williamsburg is not underrated, but it's a great park. Thank you for being here since '60. That's awesome. That's great. And I'm so friggin' excited about Dragon Mountain, man. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so good. You think Flash will be ready for no, in no way it's gonna be ready for opening day. Isn't it opening day like this weekend? I mean, it's technically opening day. They literally just open up like a small section of the park, uh, which is it's not even worth going to because El Toro's closed, Kingda Ka's closed, Medusa's closed, and the Mine Train is closed. Yeah, but it'll be good. It'll be good for a summer opening. They're pretty good with that usually. Like Jersey Devil like opened up on time ish, and I'm gonna try to get to opening day. I'm gonna try to get to opening day for. Dude, I don't want to talk about yesterday's game. It was terrible. That was one of the worst things I've ever watched. We actually, when I went to Villanova 2016, 2018, I was there for both championships. We won the basketball championship. I'm sorry for sports talk in my Coasty stream, but we did. And now we can barely beat one of the worst teams in the NCAA. So, you know. We have a good name for I-305 and a comically bad name for I-305. Can you get any worse than Thunderstriker? Like, come on. Like, Thunderstriker 305, maybe? That's really bad. And a good name for I-305, I really like, people have said maybe they'll just keep Project 305. I kind of like that. Like, it's kind of mysterious, or just, like, leave, like, the 305. Yeah, Nathaniel, you were there, like, you were there last weekend, right? For Thunderstriker. Didn't they just like paint the trains and they just painted the logo over the trains and they called it a day? What's the best coaster with a purple color scheme? I know Molly's saying Phantom. I think does Iron Gwazi count as purple? I think it's got to be that just because it's a good ride. I will give it that. Yeah, exactly. Project 305 sounds like some like secret skunkworks program. It fits perfectly with Flight of Fear. They might try to rename that whole area to the Jungle Expedition or whatever. So maybe. Yeah, I mean, obviously, they just painted over it and did the laziest theme. I'm really glad that KD is at least taking their time with it. My rarest credit. So I feel like Volcano isn't that rare. But I was really proud of Volcano because I was obsessed with it as a kid. We used to go to Busch Gardens a lot when I was young. And we didn't go to King's Dominion, but of course you drive right past it going back up to New York. So every year I would be like, Mom, we gotta stop and ride Volcano. And they'd be like, no, we're tired. I'd be like, Mom, I gotta ride Volcano. And eventually I beat them down, and I got to ride Volcano. I remember the ride vividly. It was 2006, I believe. I was like 10 or 11. It was right before the Paramount retheme, right before Cedar Fair bought them out. So it was still Paramount's King's Dominion, and we waited like 2.5 hours for the ride. It broke down a bunch, and I was like terrified of launch coasters as a kid. So when we actually got to the station, I was like freaking out. And I was like, ah! And I was like kind of crying and like, you know, that sort of thing. And the ride off came up to me and she's like, do you want to be here? And I'm like, yes, I want to be here. And she's like, are you sure? Like, we can't like let the ride go unless you want to be here. I'm like, I waited 2.5 hours. But yeah, I rode it and it was great. A Hypersonic was standing, but it was closed that day, which is 80%. I think it was still open and was just broken down because of course it was broken down because it was hypersonic. I mean, yeah, Volcano is getting rarer just because the younger enthusiasts. I got Dueling Dragons too. I don't feel like that's rare in my head because I rode Dueling Dragons a lot. I loved Islands of Adventure, like pre Harry Potter World was incredible because nobody went. and the park was always empty. And we would just go and we'd marathon the Hulk and we'd marathon Dueling Dragons, and it was like I loved it so much more in Disney. But oh well. Hagrid's is a great ride. The Dragons are a great ride. Rip in peace to them, but I feel like a lot of people have that credit. I don't know. I gotta get something weird and unique before it closes, you know? Like Dragon Mountain. Great example. I do. We all miss Volcano. Especially because it's an empty plot of land. Same with Vortex. I never got Vortex. But it's like, if you're gonna take a ride down, at least like put something in there. Instead of just like letting it sit. You know? I'm just pissed though that I didn't get Vortex because I really wanted Vortex. Crazy how BGW shot past KD for having. Yeah, that's true. Like BGW went up and then KD went down with the launch coasters. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, fair. Why would we ever want anything other than Tumbili? It's so bad. It's really bad. I really like the Six Flags spinners, like the ones that are the full layout, but Tumbili was just like garbage. It was like super braked. Emma's asking for how long this stream will go. I don't know. Basically for I said at least like, oh, it's like 7:50. At least 9:30, but we'll see. We're gonna work through the Lego to see how long that takes, and if there are people still chilling around, we'll boot up RCT, have some fun there. Well, I have the sustenance here, so I got what I need, so we'll be good. Yeah, Dueling Dragons was really intense, and it was so whippy. It's like every time I ride Raptor, I kind of get that like feeling of like, oh yeah, Dueling Dragons. It kind of reminds me a lot of that, which is why it's more of a shame because I really like the old school like whippy B&Ms. I'm planning on. I don't know if you guys would be interested in this, but I have a thought in my head that I was gonna make like a crash course about like old school B&M and be like, is old school B&M like actually a real thing? Like I've been like looking into POVs and like looking at the track profiling, like trying to see how they compare. I think it'd be really cool. But I haven't written the script for it yet. We'll work on that eventually. I really want KD to get, and it's not going to happen obviously. I really want KD to get an SNS Axis. But there's no way that's happening. They're getting that B&M wing, and it'll be fine. But I'll be disappointed. If they gotta storm the Dragon Legend. Okay, that would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah, because it's unique. It'll be unique in America. Like, Storm looks really cool. Alright, we're gonna break open the Magnum Lego as we continue our chat. What's the biggest coaster you think you could survive without a seatbelt and a lap bar? I don't think it comes down to. It's not really size. It's more just the forces. Like, the only thing that I think really requires like an over the shoulder is a ride with like, well, not even a ride with a lot of hang time. Like Copperhead Strike like has a lap bar and has a bunch of hang time, and that's fine. It's like rides like I-305. Yeah. I know it's fresh in my head, but like if you had just a lap bar, I could see people's bodies literally like flying each way like off the car. So I get why they have kind of that restraint. But it'd be crazy with a lap bar, but like people would probably get hurt more than they even do now. So I get it. Oh really? That's concerning. I've not seen very good reviews for this like Lego thing, but from I mean I saw it and I'm like, bro, it's a Magnum Lego. You gotta get that. Yeah, Hulk versus Decepticoaster, great example of old school B&M. All right, here we go. We have the parts list. Where there's not even like you know, on like a Lego thing, you know, in like a Lego box there's usually like, you know, a nice looking like thingy. This is just a sheet, and that's fine. It'll be fun anyway. We'll build the little man. I've been waiting for a while to do this. You think the airtime and pre-retract Hulk hit harder? Yes, it did feel a little more intense, but I was also a kid. Like pre-retrack, and everything feels more intense when you're a kid. I wrote it a lot as a kid, and in my opinion, the retrack, like, it feels worse after the retrack. Is this Lego kit Thuzy proof? I've heard bad things about it, so it's definitely not like a. Oh my god, it's like it's weird. Oh, this is like Look how tiny this is. You see this? You see that? See that little tiny brick? Let me get a comparison. Here is the Hot Wheels Lego Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels? I don't know where that came from. Here's the Lego Arrow Looper. You see on the back, like this is how big like the little divots are. Look how much smaller that is. How am I supposed to work with that? We're gonna try it though. We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna give it our best shot. Gotta now not drop my precious Lego Arrow Looper. Okay, there we go. See? Now it's in the stream. How much of Arrow's 80s drug stash did Mock ingest when they made Hyperia? Good question, but I'm always here for it. I get we'll kind of have to wait until we see, right? Like it might somehow just not be intense at all, but I'm sure it'll be pretty wacky. I'm kind of mad at it because I'm kind of mad at it because you know it's like they're treading on the big one's turf, bro. The big one's had that record for so long, and yeah, sure, like the big one is just a monorail that happens to have a gut-wrenching first drop, but come on. I'm here for more manufacturers doing crazy stuff. I feel like a lot of the manufacturers are just getting on, you know, falling into a pretty standard rhythm. Another forceless I mean, who knows? I didn't even ride the Slinky Dog Dash, which I was very disappointed about because, you know, that's such a great ride. It's such a legendarily strong airtime machine. So really feeling like I missed out. All right, here we go. We got our first 3 pieces. Look at that. These are so small. I thought these are going to be way bigger. This is going to be a disaster. Especially because I'm drinking champagne as I'm doing it. And I'm wearing the sun. I'm going to take off the sunglasses. There we go. The sunglasses are for the aesthetic, but I need to be able to see what I'm actually building. The Chad Mock weak-ass single pass versus the Virgin Intamin swing launch. I mean, Blue Fire seems to be actually, like, pretty decently strong, so I'll give him that. I haven't been on it, but I watched a lot of footage of Blue Fire while I was doing the friggin' swing launch video, so... Honestly, if you sit in the front or back, like, that little, like, run of airtime hills after the second launch on Slinky has, like, the faintest afloat. It's not very much, but, you know, it's a kiddie coaster. I get it. We're assembling our I guess I have to, like, assemble them, like, in front of you guys. That's how this works, right? Yeah. The Lego kit is... Ooh, I think it's Black Train. Yeah, it's Black Train. We have our little sticker here. Black Train. So, oh, alright, we've already made an error. That's okay, that'll be... I think this will be better. Light on. Yeah, that's better. We've already made our error. I'm sure it's only going to get better from here. This is decent Prosecco. I'm very happy about that. So, I was also going to talk kind of while we're... Did I mess up? I think I messed up. It's been real. Oh, no. I haven't messed up, but this is stupid. So, on the sheet, they don't show the colors after you build the first one. So you build the first one, it's white and red. And then you go to the second step. And the second step is like everything you built already is a different color. So how am I supposed to tell what the right color is? I don't know. I'm going to mess something up, but I'm going to try my best. Before... What was I say? Okay, yes. Ideas for the channel. So I plan, when I'm doing kind of my little Thuzy road trip thing, I'm going to basically make a 2, 10, and 4. I'm basically going to make a shitpost video from every single one of those. Which, you know, that'll help finance the trip, I'm sure. But I'm going to be going to a lot of kind of like crappy-ish low-tier parks. So it's going to be kind of fun because I'll be making like, you know, stops to like the Great Escape, like Darien Lake, like obviously the the king of it all is going to be Marineland. And that's going to be just incredible. That's going to be so bad. I cannot wait. Um, and then like kind of smaller parks like, Walder. Yeah, exact. But it's all the low tier parks that I haven't hit up yet in my life because, they're kind of like low tier parks, and so they're not like high up on my list, except for Dragon Mountain. But also, I really want to ride Darien Lake. Really interests me, obviously because of Viper. Viper seems to be one of the best arrow loopers left. Um, Besides that, I also really want to ride their Ride of Steel. See I know, Molly. I know you think that Waldemir is top tier. I will find out for myself. I'm not taking any opinions from anywhere else. I've not been to Waldemir yet. The past times I've been to Cedar Point, I flew. So, we did not make any stops. I drove the first time I went to Cedar Point in like 2013. We drove, and I kind of like forced my family. We drove from New York to Sandusky, Ohio. It took like 10 hours, and they were so miserable. We were all so miserable on the drive that I was like, okay, don't worry about it. We don't need to go to any other parks. That's fine. But I would have liked to. I wish I like pushed for Kings Island more. We didn't really have time for that, but I wish I pushed for Kings Island. I'm excited for Great Escape. It's gonna be cute. And Steam Demon will be cool. The Comet will be cool. They have a boomerang. That's always fun. Do you think Falcon's Flight will actually function well as a ride, or is it too compromised to get stats? My hot take with Falcon's Flight. I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to find a specific piece here. My hot take with Falcon's Flight is that like it's gonna work and everything, but it's gonna be kind of forceless. I don't really have much to much to back that statement up, but oh yeah, no, I went to Kings Island 2 years ago at this point, and we got a night ride on the Beast, and it lived up to the hype. It was incredible. But I just think it'd be really funny if they build Falcon's Flight and it's like this 7 foot tall behemoth monster thing, and it's just like the elements all look just kind of really drawn out, you know? I could be very wrong. It's Intamin we're talking about here. But I have pretty good confidence that the Saudi government's actually gonna like finish it, because I watch a lot of Formula One, and like the Saudi government's been dumping money into the Formula One thing. They keep trying to do that because they want people to basically, when oil runs out, because oil's gonna run out. I mean, I'm sure the 500-foot Camelback's gonna be great, but imagine if it's just like weak floater instead of like sustained like ejector like you'd expect from an Intamin. That would be really funny. I don't know. I don't really plan on going to Saudi Arabia. They're kind of terrible. So I don't feel like I'm gonna miss very much. But it's okay. It'll be cool. It'll be a little sad for me because I'm gonna be bummed that King Dakar losing the record. It's had that record for so long, and I was just to be like, well, hey, at least in my home park we still have the world's tallest coaster. Ooh, but now that's over. Oh man, these pieces are so small. It's ridiculous. This is what we're at, by the way. It looks exactly like the car. But I did just finish step 2, so it's a big thing. Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously the theocratic oil state thing's bad, but also like, the funding the genocide in Yemen and the hatred of gay rights, that sort of thing. I would recommend going to Cedar Point. It's a great place. But I try to get there every year. The past 3 years I've been successful, mostly for Magnum, but also like Steel Vengeance is incredible. Maverick is really good. Millennium Force is like way better than people give it credit for. Raptor is one of my favorite inverts, and it's just like a fun place to be. Like this, it's got such a great vibe because it's such a classic park. It's like it feels like a Cedar Fair park, like in all the good and bad ways, but I think it's really charming, and I love it. I just wish I lived closer, you know. I'm gonna go on Millie just for the view. Yeah, the view going like down the drop on Millie is incredible. I just dropped a bunch of pieces on the floor. The view on Millie going down the drop is like unbeatable. I remember when I first showed up to Cedar Point, and I'm like, oh, how big is the lake gonna be? It's just a lake. It's massive. You reserve a Phantom's Revenge style video for every dragon wagon you ride on the trip, no less than 2-parters. Man, I really, obviously I put a lot of pride into. Anyways, we're done with step 3. I put a lot of pride into those videos, like the Phantom video, the i305 video. They're probably my favorite videos that I like make, but there's so much work. Like, oh my, I busted my ass with the i305 video, and I'm glad I did, because I managed to get it in like right when the news was launched. But yeah, I wish I could crank them out more, but it's just impossible. My dream is when I like am not a grad student and when I have money, I'm gonna hopefully hire an editor, and then that'll help me to make like long form content like a lot more quickly. And like I don't really like. I'm hoping I'll have enough money that like it doesn't really matter in the short term that like I'll probably lose money on an editor, but it'll be cool. But yeah, that's why those don't come out too frequently. But I am the most proud of them. I think they're my best videos. And I'm glad that the i305 video did well because people tended to agree. And I'm like, finally. Oh man. The other view I want to see is Mount Fuji from Edge. Yeah, that's true. Fuji Q looks insane. It looks amazing. What's better, a 3-hour drive for Great Adventure or 6 hours for Cedar Point? I would do 6 hours for Cedar Point, but I also I live less than an hour from Great Adventure. I've lived close to Great Adventure my entire life. I'm kind of bored of it, honestly. Not to say it's a bad park. It is not a bad park by any means, and sometimes I have to like pinch myself and be like, "Hey, reminder that this is like a really good park," and people will be like begging to have a home park as good as this. But I've done all of it so many times that it's just kind of like, eh. El Toro, obviously great. Kingda Ka's great. Nitro, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with. Batman the Ride's great. Jersey Devil's great. I love the Mine Train, but I've done it all a million times. Cedar Point kind of feels a little more unique to me, and also like I feel like I wouldn't get tired of Magnum. Like if I lived 5 minutes away and I rode it like every day, maybe I would, but I feel like I wouldn't get tired of Magnum. That's just me. And I had to retheme the i305. Well, that was like perfect because I was just like rip i305, and the algorithm's like, yeah. I like had it out before like Theme Park Predictions had his reaction video, and I'm like, ooh, this is big. This is great. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. I did not get to ride Excalibur when I was at Great Adventure, unfortunately. And thank you for the corn dog. I will gladly take you up on that offer. Corn dogs are delicious. This next step is this kit's terrible. I hate this kit already. I'd be trying to show this up, but like it doesn't even match. It's like times like this. None of this is connected. None of it's connected. It's all just like put pieces on the ground and hope for the best, which is what I'm trying to do here. So we'll see how well that goes. Can it connect to something? Like, terrible. Six or five on the bottom. I'm def screwing this up. Totally screwing this up. Okay, I found this piece. And I found this piece. Any engineers, ride designers, imagineers you like or admire the work of in particular? Obviously, there's Ron Toomer. I love Ron Toomer. I really like. I'm not the biggest RMC guy, but I really liked like Alan Schilke was, especially in his early days, was just such a crazy innovator. Like he pioneered X2, which is crazy on its own. He went out and like made the RMC conversion and kind of revolutionized the coaster industry. And like he took the like New Texas Giant's very, calm compared to some of the later RMCs. But he started off with that, and like the amount of development that happened with RMC in such a short time is like it's crazy. Yeah, the 4D coasters alone are worth it. I mean, he did have that like weird Woody phase, which is really funny in hindsight. Oh, that's another credit I'm gonna get. Hellcat at Clementon Park. Unfortunately, apparently they're retracking it, and I'm actually disappointed because I was looking forward to riding like the piece of garbage that it was, but it's probably gonna be terrible anyway. Like they're probably gonna try and fix it, and it's still gonna be garbage. I can't. Oh my god. Okay, I found a piece. Yeah, it's severely unfortunate Shilky never got the chance to go Giga. Yeah, I mean, what would he Giga with though? Like a 4D or a hybrid? I feel like a Giga hybrid would probably be a little bit too much. But I mean, who knows? Did I get this wrong? Oh, I got this wrong. That makes sense. Makes you feel better. Only the first drop was slightly rough last year. The second half was smooth and neutered. That doesn't make me feel bad. I guess it does. I wanted to ride it in like its terrible. Oh yeah, the T-Rex. I like forget that the T-Rex exists because the rest of the world forgot that the T-Rex exists. I know they blocked off the two back cars. That was really funny. That's what it would have been. It would have been hilarious, but unfortunately, yeah, it is what it is. I won't cry about it too much. I want to kind of like start to collect crappy credits. I want to become a crappy credit connoisseur, which I'll definitely get some crappy credits this. I'll definitely get some. Oh my god! Look at this. They don't line up. The pieces like don't line. I don't think I'm showing very well here, but the pieces just don't line up. The T-Rex will probably never be built. Oh well. Sad face. Truly tragic. I mean, I think the industry's shifting. Like people don't make gigas anymore. Everyone makes launch coasters, which is fine because there are good launch coasters out there, but it's like it's a little sad. I prefer the big height. To go to Adventureland, Iowa. Yes, that's true. That's one of those. Once I kind of exhaust all the crappy like parks around me, I'm gonna run into a little bit of a predicament because then it's gonna be like, well, what am I gonna do now? Like, what happens when I go to Darien Lake and I go to like all these like crappy parks and I'm running out of the major place I need to go. I gotta go to Texas, which that'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to that. I need to go to NorCal. And then after that, I'm kind of like done with the big parks in America. Then I just have to start getting the really like I have to start going like out of my way to like the really obscure parks in the middle of nowhere. Like I gotta go to like the Pacific Northwest and like go to the like the state fair. I need to go to the place in Idaho. What's it called? You know what I mean. The one with the Vekoma giant inverted boomerang and the Woodies and the original corkscrew. Yeah, exactly. Gigas had the same ROI as a hyper, which is unfortunate. Silverwood, yes, Silverwood, which I really want to go to because corkscrew, obviously. But they have cool stuff, and their Woodies look really cool. And I also really want to ride the giant. Why didn't Great Adventure get a giant inverted boomerang? Like Great America did, Magic Mountain did. You feel like they would have given it to Great Adventure, but no. And then they got rid of yeah, Aftershock. And then they got rid of Stinger at Dorney Park, and I'm like, why are you trying to deprive me of my inverted boomerangs? Like, let me have this. God. The Arrow Corkscrew in Calgary. Well, I don't know about that one. That sounds a little. I wish I were making more progress on this Lego, but progress is very slow because this kit is a disaster. As I should have figured. I don't know if we'll finish this, but I'm gonna try my best. I hate Green Lantern, as you probably know. I'm not very quiet about the fact that I despise Green Lantern. It's the worst. Oh, so there's a blue and a red on different sides. I think it's supposed to indicate the different colors. I'll show you what I mean here. Yeah, also they got rid of the screen machine for it, which makes me real mad. Yeah, you see, there's like a blue and a green on different sides. Ooh, going around twice sounds fun. Do they like break you? Do they like stop you in the station then send you out again, or do they just like have you sail through? Because that would be pretty fun. Trying to find this dark gray piece, and I just can't. It's just not there. Oh wait, no, I found them. I'm a fool. I've actually never been on a like standard arrow corkscrew. Like I've never been on just like the like the corkscrew at Silverwood like drop double corkscrew back to the station, which I feel like is a big oversight on my part because I mean it's my brand. A man rode every arrow coaster left in. There's a lot. There's a lot. Um, and there are a lot of clones. Like there's so many of those little corkscrews at random parks dotted around America. No, I know the first turn would chop necks if they sent you through, which is why I want them to do it. But I get it. I get it. It's totally understandable. How does this work? Oh, okay. I put it down here. But yes, arrow corkscrews definitely high up on the list. Um, I'm really excited for Viper. Viper's go. Oh, Arrow Wild Mice too. That's a big one. I want to go to Michigan's Adventure mostly for the Wild Mouse, but also for Shivering Timbers. That was great too. Yes, I know. Japan also has a bunch of random arrows. Japan has so much random cool stuff. And I feel like it's. I do have No Limits too. The problem with no. Not the problem with No Limits too. I mean, it's kind of the feature of No Limits too is that it's really hard to work with. I um I enjoy playing No Limits too, but I need to like it's like a sit down and play it for like 5 hours sort of game. And it requires a lot of effort that I just don't really have. Like I play like maybe yes, Titan Max a Space World, rip in peace. It looks incredible. Um but yeah, unfortunately I just like if I had more free time, I'd probably do No Limits. Honestly, I get high and play No Limits. I like lock in for 5 hours and then suddenly it's 3 a.m. That's kind of when I play No Limits, which could be pretty fun, in its own special way. The double loop of Geauga Lake. I never got to Geauga Lake. Um, Sad face. What's it? Oh yeah, it is operating in India. Yeah, no, it is really hard to work with. Um, like extremely difficult. And I have a master's degree in mechanical engineering. Like, it's not very user friendly. I kind of have like tiers in my mind. So like at the bottom is like when I just have a couple minutes to kill, I'll throw on Roller Coaster Tycoon and I'll just like make something in the track editor. If I'm like really wanting to like make a perfect ride and like lock in for 5 hours, I'll do No Limits. And Planet Coaster is kind of that middle ground where it's like, okay, it's more involved than Roller Coaster Tycoon, obviously, but it does you can't get like the level of detail that you get in No Limits, and the track smoothing on Planet Coaster drives me insane. But you can still make fun stuff, and it's a lot easier to work with. So I'm hoping somebody makes kind of a middle ground between like No Limits and or just make a No Limits 3 that's just way more user friendly. I think that's something that could totally be done. There's the approachable management stuff from RCT2 and Zoo Tycoon. That's true. I do actually like every now and then like I'll play a scenario and I'll be like, wait a second, these are really fun. But yeah, it takes multiple days. It's so difficult. I have some No Limits to like coasters ready, which we can maybe open later. You'd be surprised to know that most of them are arrows, but it's besides the point. And Open RCT2 is just the best thing in the world. It's so good. I like oh I can hook onto that. Five. Yeah, I'm slowly building this. I would be like trying to like provide better context, but it's just this is going so slow. At some point, I might just pop in RCT and go there, but I do want to. Like, I want this. I really want this because it'll fit so well with my little Lego Arrow Looper. This is way better to make though. So I bought this off Bricklink, which is literally just like a hobbyist website, and someone sells plans to like make like an arrow corkscrew, like with the track. Like somebody makes plans, and you can just buy the pieces off Bricklink. It's really cool. This is garbage, but you know what I can do? We're gonna is that a bad idea? No, I can hop forward. I'm gonna make the track. We're gonna make the track. We're gonna start with that, because then we'll have something to show for it. Yes, I've heard rumors for Planet Coaster too, and I hope they make it. Frontier is a interesting developer. You know, they're kind of they're kind of annoying with things. RCT3 on Switch, I have that, and it's wouldn't recommend. I mean, it's fine. It was like what, $5, like not a big deal. It just wasn't very good. Like the user interface just doesn't work really well unless you have like a mouse and a keyboard. When I was a kid, I used to play. When RCT3 came out, I played RCT3 like primarily for a while because I was like, oh my god, you can ride the rides and it's 3D, bro. That's crazy. Wait, I have not seen this new B&M track for OpenRCT2. What's it for? This piece isn't going in. That's a good sign. Okay, we got it. We got it. I usually keep good track with what the OpenRCT2 team is doing too. I always get the development builds, which are always a good time. I mean, they usually work. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. Slide into those DMs, baby. All you, all you. Man, this thing is terrible. Or we're gonna build the track. It's gonna be great. This is my attempt at building the track. As you can see, it's going extremely well. I'd recommend like I think no, there's no Switch port for Planet Coaster, right? They should get on that. That'd be pretty good. I usually I don't know, just like you hop on, you open up RCT2 and just play that, and it's a great time killer. I actually played a little bit of it before we started the stream. So I was like, you know, I had like 10 minutes to kill. I did some troubleshooting to make sure it actually like, you know, was going to work. Because in the past I've had issues where the streams have just like fallen out. But yeah. It's working now. We're past an hour. Good job, us. Continue the celebration. Again, like, this is a celebration for me. I'm excited. It's also a celebration for you guys, because, you know, I wouldn't be here without all your support. There was a long kind of string of time where I was just, like, making videos, and they weren't doing very well, and I was getting very... what's the word? Not defeated. Yeah, I guess kind of like very kind of just like defeated about it and be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Like this is just not going anywhere. I feel like no one's appreciating our work. But the past couple videos have finally started to go well. I'm sorry, I just dropped a piece and I'm never going to find it. Hope that's not an important one. But yeah, so basically the thing that kept me going were just people being like, hey, like this is an awesome video, you're incredible. And that kind of pushed me to keep pushing, and it's finally paying off. So I'm happy about that. And hopefully we'll continue like coming up this next year. Hopefully things will continue to improve. And we'll continue to make great videos for you guys that I hope you all enjoy, and the channel will continue to grow. And then the next step eventually is you gotta get that clout. You gotta get that industry clout, bro. You gotta like walk around and like go to like media days. That's the dream, right? Media day? Ooh. That'd be nice. It's probably like not as fun as it looks. But that's besides the point. I think I'm doing the track wrong. How am I doing the track wrong? Well, this is a 3? think it is a 3. I'm talking about how garbage this Magnum set is. Hello, Deborah. You find it easy or hard to rank coasters? So I have talked about it in the past. I could actually show you guys. Why not? I'm getting angry and frustrated at this Lego, so we will take a look at the Thuzy list. Alright, let's see if this works. Did it work? No. I'm just gonna screen. Does that not work? Okay. No, it's okay. We can do this. We can do this. Okay. Cool. I totally know how the streaming software works. We're just gonna do screen capture. Okay. Does that work? Can people see that? I'll put my face like up on the top so I don't block anything. Yeah, it did. It said put on my game. But it's like, okay, well now I showed the analytics. How am I gonna do this? Okay, wait, no, I'm gonna put that on the back. Okay, cool. I'm still relatively new to this streaming, so we got it. Okay, so this is my mathematical list of every single one of my roller coaster credits. As you can see on the top here, we have total coasters, 180, should be 182 now. I haven't added Guardians yet. Park with the most credits, Cedar Point. Manufacturer with the most credits, B&M. And then I have every ride kind of systematically. We'll start on the top. I mean, this isn't a surprise because it's the top 25. You all saw I released the video on it. So ride, park, manufacturer, category, type, opening year, last ride, rating, and ranking. The green means that that's a new credit for the year. So like last year I got Iron Gwazi and Wildcat's Revenge, obviously for the first time. The red means it's a defunct credit. Yeah, it's pretty heavy, but like I said, I have a master's in mechanical engineering. I'm getting a PhD. Like I'm very much a nerd, but I have a lot of fun with this because you can kind of you can do kind of not pivot tables. You can do filters with it. So no, that was not what you can do sorting with it. So for example, if I was like, what Woody do I like prefer? Like, let's see. Let's find like category. And then you could sort like category like A to Z. And then it'll be like, okay, what's my favorite dive coaster? According to this, we got Griffin and SheiKra, which are 48 and 49. Followed by Valraven at 54. And then we get a flying coasters. There's Tatsu at 20, Batwing at 26, Superman at 77. Oh, I hate Shockwave. I'm sorry. That's my least favorite credit. So sorry to disappoint there. Like, if you want to filter, let's see. Type is kind of like, ooh, opening. I actually haven't done that. This is my earliest credit. Okay, that's cool. The Wild One at Six Flags America, 1917. Then we got Thunderhawk. I hate that ride. I guess this is wrong. It should be 1924 according to the park writing their 100th anniversaries. There's a little bit of math behind the scoring. I try to keep it semi-objective, so it's just like these rankings are like what I think is the best roller coaster, and less like what my personal favorite is. But there's still a little bit of personal bias. Like Magnum is number 4, but I legitimately think like Trimless Magnum is one of the best rides on Earth. But like if I were just making this my favorite coasters, like Magnum would be number 1, and like Viper would be number 2, or like they'd be Tarot. Where is Jackrabbit actually? Did I forget to add Jackrabbit? I definitely did not. Okay, I guess I forgot to add Jackrabbit, so thank you for reminding me about that. Let's see, so my oldest credits, this is pretty cool actually. We got Wild One, Thunderhawk, the Cyclone, the Wildcat at Lake Compounds. Can't wait for the retrack. The Dragon Coaster at Ride Playland. I haven't ridden that since like decades. Yes, I know Molly's gonna be mad now because I just neglected to add Jackrabbit, but that's a legitimate, just a legitimate mistake. I can't believe that. I'm kind of disappointed in myself, actually. Yeah, I find as I get older, only certain rides give me that kind of feeling. The stomach drop feeling. Like X2 very much does. Um, El Toro kind of does. The Double Down, I'll give it that. The Double Down definitely gives that stomach dropping feeling. Oh, I did it the wrong way. Oh, it's saying pre 20. Okay. These are my pre 2010s. But okay. This year, oh, no, I could do it by park. There are a couple rides I rode as a kid that I just like don't remember well enough to like actually score. So, for example, last time I went to SeaWorld Orlando was in 2003. I was 8 years old, and I do not remember like anything about it, but I know that I have a picture of myself on Kraken. So that's kind of how I run that. Yeah, Big Bad Wolf was my first roller coaster. Big Bad Wolf I rode a lot, and I missed the hell out of it. It was such a good ride. Park. Here we go. Oh yeah, but it says 2023 because I see. It says 2023 because I haven't. I did get a new credit this year, but I haven't updated anything yet. Okay, so Kings Island, Canoles, Knots. Did I forget all the Kennywood credits? I remember. Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why. I think this is the wrong list. This isn't the updated list. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this, guys. Oh, classic. Perfect. Perfect. Love this picture. Great one. Oh yeah, okay. This is the updated. No, no. Okay, this is the updated list. This should have the Kennywood credits on it. I started putting it on my OneDrive because that way I can update it like while I'm at parks. Okay, there we go. See, there we go. We have the Jackrabbit. I do love Thunderhead. Thunderhead is a great ride. When we went to Dollywood, we got really lucky. It was supposed to pour rain the entire day, but it didn't rain once, so the park was completely empty, and we rode everything at least 3 times, which was incredible. We rode Thunderhead 7 times, and we rode Lightning Rod 9, I think, which is a miracle because Lightning Rod was closed for half the day, because of course it was. But Thunderhead was actually my second favorite ride in the park. Like I really liked it. It's probably one of my fave Woodies. But yeah, this is kind of my Kennywood rating. So I know I did not get Little Phantoms. So sorry. When I went with Molly, it was like a 30-minute wait for Little Phantom. If I go next time and there isn't a line, I would pick it up. I did get Cosmos Curves, and that was surprisingly fun. I went with my friend and his kid to Knoebels, and because his kid refused to ride Cosmos Curves with anyone besides me. So I actually like he rebuffed his dad and he's like, I want to ride with Thomas. Thomas is cool. And so I rode Cosmos Curves with him. You haven't been to do you mean since Lightning Rod opened period or since like the it opened with the chain lift? Because the chain lift was like what, a week ago? Yes, Journey to Atlantis is on here, but I don't have it I don't have anything written about it because I don't remember any. The most oh yeah, I'm sorry. Not that I've experienced it, but just looking at pictures of how the new lightning rod is, like I'm very glad that I made a point of getting down there before they got rid of the launch because like that's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. My most insane day I've ever had at a theme park. What do you mean by insane? Do you mean like just like the amount of stuff that I did like was crazy or just like an insane thing happened? I'm trying to think of like stuff where insane things happen. Um, I guess like this wasn't that crazy. I did go to El Toro's like reopening day, and I rode El Toro like 13 times in a row. And that was pretty crazy. Oh yeah. Forgot you guys can like read this as I'm going on. I should have known it was a Thuzy. I actually have I'm making. Oh, is there not an N? Okay, yeah, that's. Wait, I knew that. I do it in my other things, so I just gotta update the list. Um, I am making a Disney coaster tier list. Now that I have Guardians. And I have a whole spiel on the Primeval world, which I'm very excited to share with you all. I was, it was like such a pile of garbage, but I was down there with my like family friend who was very much not a Thuzy, and she's like, "Oh man, I can't wait to go ride that like spinny ride at Animal Kingdom," and I'm like, "Oh, the Primeval world, that's closed. I'm sorry." And she was like, "Really? Oh, that sucks. I love that ride." And I'm like, "Good. That makes like two of us." What a terrible choice for a Disney park, but I loved it anyway. It was a great time. We'll finish stream tomorrow. It's late on the side of Atlanta, but congrats on 1K. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's great to be here. It's great to see all your support. And thank you for stopping by. Maybe we'll do more streams in the future. We'll see how things go. I kind of, well, I mean, you guys can all tell me now because you're here and watching the video. You know, I used to do the Roller Coaster Tycoon streams where I would just drink and play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Speaking of drinking, then I kind of stopped those because people stopped being interested. But it was also like I had half the subscribers, so maybe there'd be more people like actually interested in it this time. I don't know. I was thinking maybe I would bring those back, but if you do have any interest, LMK, and I'll consider it. If not, I'll just keep making videos. You were disappointed by I-305 because you loved inversions? That's insane. Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy to see that this stream's doing well. Like, there's a lot of people are watching. Thank you all for watching, by the way. Um, the RCT streams, I'd get like 2, 3 people sometimes, and I'd be like, well, this isn't fun. But I feel like now we would get more because I have literally double the number of subs. I mean, I feel like everyone when they're kids, they have their very particular like obsessions. Like when I was a kid, I was really into inverts. And I still love inverts to be fair, but I think I made this track completely wrong. I'm just like, oh my god, what a mess. But yeah, when I was a kid, I was really into inverts because I loved the Great Bear and I loved Alpengeist at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and so I was like obsessed with those. And my white whale for the longest time was Montu, because we never went down to Busch Gardens Tampa. We always only went to Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and we'd go to all the Orlando parks. We wouldn't go to Busch Gardens Tampa. So I was obsessed with getting Montu, and it took me till literally last year to finally get Montu. But thankfully, it lived up to the hype, so like I don't have that much to complain about. All right, this Magnum Lego is garbage. I'm trying my best, but I can't focus on doing this and doing the stream at the same time, unfortunately. So we're just not gonna not gonna worry about it, which is fine. Alpi over Pantheon. I did not get Pantheon yet, which is another reason why I need to go to BGW this year. My friends went, but they went when I was recovering from a nose surgery, so I could not go with them for obvious reasons. Honestly, it is. It's a piece of garbage, and it's something I'm gonna build, but I need to just like sit down for 6 hours and put all of my focus on, and that's just not gonna work for this because we're literally in the middle of a live stream. So we're just gonna boot up Roller Coaster Tycoon. That works, right? Um, yeah, look at that. All right. Oh, I don't even need to change the thing. That's great. Alright, let's see. I'm just gonna pick a random one. We do Mega World. Oh no, Mega World has all the rides already. I really like Alpi. I think Alpi. I keep going back and forth about Alpi. I think it keeps climbing up my rankings. The problem was I remember riding Alpi as a kid, and they clamped down a lot less hard on the mid course than they do now. That's what we'll do. Speaking of Busch Gardens Williamsburg, here's Busch Gardens Williamsburg. It's actually a pretty. Oh, it's a terrible Alpengeist. I forgot. I think does this thing have Pantheon? No, it doesn't have Pantheon. We could build something over here. But anyways, Alpengeist is a great ride. I love it. I don't think it's as good as Montu. Some people have been saying that. But oh, that's the wrong. But yeah, if anyone has any suggestions or ideas or things that you want to see me build in Roller Coaster Tycoon, just let me know. Oh yeah, the Alpi Cobra roll. It looks like the Hydra Cobra roll. Also, like this is an old port, so it was before they could do like all the fancy stuff in OpenRCT2. So it's not a very good. It's not a very good BGW, but it works well enough. Hello, Emma. Hello. I've given up on the Magnum Lego. I got Jesus, I almost dropped what I finished too. I got this far. It's a heaping pile of garbage, and I wish that I could guide you through all of it, but it's not worth it because I can't pay attention to the chats and do this at the same time. Oh, we can break the Smiler record. That sounds like a fun idea. What do we got? Do we have a... Yes, we do. Oh, I have $2 million. That's great news. It's gonna be Drakenfire colors, just so you're aware. I can't see... Oh, wait, we could actually do that. I'm gonna do that now because that's really easy to do and that sounds really funny. And then we'll come back to the Smiler record. That's an easy cheat. What is it? Allow arbitrary ride type changes. Boom. It's been RMC'd. But no, we'll go further than that. RMC track looks good. Oh, look, I'm ruining all this beautiful structure work that this guy put a lot of effort into. Oh well. Can I just make... Yes! Look at that! Look at that! That was unintentional. That's beautiful. Invisiloops. I'm getting rid of the trim brake because I hate the trim brake. Or do I make it like a... I mean, honestly, if Shilky started his life at Arrow, like, you know, it's only responsible of him, instead of the loops, you just do the stuff. Ooh, I like that, actually. That sounds good. Can I get this, like... How's that gonna work? Not terribly. Oh, the only thing is that you can't do stalls on, you can't do stalls yet. But I'll try to do something. Yeah, Alan Shilkey invented the I can do like this. And it's not really the same as a... I gotta delete the loop on the bottom too. This is basically the best you can really get with the stall. It's kind of embarrassing, but... What? Oh, I forgot it shifts because it's a loop. That makes sense. Yes, new BGW coaster leaked. RMC Loch Ness Monster. We're going for it. We'll do that. We'll do a stall. Nope. Wrong button. Okay, that works well enough. We're gonna have to go with that. So Loch Ness Monster was my first looper, and as a result, you would think that I have more of a sentimental attachment to it, but I think it's kind of lame. Going to Alton Towers, that's fun. I do wanna... Is this gonna make it? Yeah, theme park predictions in absolute shambles. Yo, you gotta see some of the crazy stuff that they put on. Let me see if I could do it. Did it work well? They put in friggin' OpenRCT2 put in friggin' long spirals, you know. It's been a long day, so don't expect me to have words, especially as I continue with this, but I'm putting the mid-course in. Yeah, I'm putting the mid-course in. Tennessee Tornado, good. It's all right. It's no Loch Ness monster, that's for sure. That's just my opinion. Anything? Okay, stall over an airtime hill. I like that. So we just gotta do an airtime hill. I know you're missing out, Emma. Wait. I gotta make it tight. Ooh, what if it actually sinks? It's not going to sink, but like, what if it sinks? I can't see anything. These supports are just in the way. Well, yeah, as we know, Alan Schilke is definitely afraid of the vertical loop. So we can't allow any of that. That could be cool if it works. I don't know if it's going to actually work. I can make this cooler. I don't know what I would do though. Oh, I know. You'll do some stupid RMC trick track thing. That's true. There is an arrow looper in Korea. There was a really cool arrow looper in Korea that got like removed, and I was really sad about that. Do we leave the arrow looper trains on? I think we do, right? Also, it's gotta have a stupid pre-lift, right? It's an RMC. I don't have any room for it. Uh-oh. The Griffin is broken down. Yeah, I don't have any room for it. That's sad. Am I supposed to put a stupid 0G roll? Yes, that was the one. Yeah, it closed. It closed like last year or 2 years ago, I think. I was really sad about it because it looked dope. Oh wait, really? How deep does it go? Very deep, apparently. Deeper, deeper. Well, that went terribly. Oh, I missed it. I was on the wrong one. Whoops. I think I'll be able to at least like have this little dip. But is this Vidor's Toccata? It is. How did I not notice that? Are you here? I don't know if you're hearing the music. Are you hearing the music? No, you're not. Can you hear the music? Emma, you get this. You get this. It's Vidor's Toccata. Where's the carousel? I'm sorry, I just choir nerded out for a second. To be fair, this song is a banger. I didn't realize it was on the soundtrack. I'm trying to... What is it called in the, a merry-go-round. Oh, there's two merry-go-rounds there. Alright, I'm giving up. I do need to come to New Zealand for the Rainbow Corkscrew, so... I actually, I got very close to doing an Australia-New Zealand trip, because when I was, my brother recently graduated from college, and our whole plan was we were going to do a really big, we were going to do a big trip to Australia and New Zealand, but life got in the way, so unfortunately that never happened, but it's high on my list, definitely. Yeah, that's cooler than what Nessie has right now, right? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's test drive. Oh, it doesn't make the, by the way, is the audio too loud? I mean, I've been watching Airtime Thrills, and his, like, Australia trip, and it looks pretty dope, honestly. Oh, are they? I feel like, as an American, all I want to do... Oh my god. Look at it go through the zero-G roll. It just doesn't know what to do. Poor thing. Oh, it's too quiet. Okay, I can raise it. I'm so good at this. Look, we kept the stupid forceless helix. Aren't you proud of me? Oh, it doesn't even need the second chain lift. Hello, welcome to the stream. We've RMC'd the Loch Ness Monster. Oh, you know what? We can make this cooler. We're gonna make a JoJo roll going out of here. That'll work, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. That's a masterpiece right there. I'm actually gonna switch the trains because the RMC trains like actually the vehicles from other track types. The RMC trains actually work on the track, so or not. No, we'll stick with the corkscrew trains. Now they're white. Congratulations. Junker looks awesome. Tornado also looks awesome. That's the thing, like, there's so many cool things in Europe and Asia that you just don't get in America. Like, all the old school, you know, all the old school, by old school Vacomas, I mean Goodery, but besides, like, Goodery, there's just a bunch of really cool stuff that we don't get over here in America, and it's like, if you're actually an enthusiast, like, oh my god, is he even gonna make it? Yes, it does, okay. If you're an enthusiast, shouldn't you, like, embrace yourself, embrace that kind of new stuff, because it's really interesting, it's fascinating. I wonder what the ratings on this thing are going to be. No, I thought it was just pronounced Goudari. You gotta say in the most, like, exaggerated French accent that you have. You're like, Goudari. I mean, Canopy Coaster has gone on record in saying that Goudari is actually a good ride and everybody else is wrong. And so I feel validated knowing that there's one person out there that thinks that Goudari's good. And hopefully... I could figure out how to make it dual and, like, match over here, but I don't want to do that. Oh, you know what? That's actually an easy fix. I just gotta put brakes over here. Yeah, I always, like... Obviously, I have no experience... Actually, it's a lie. I've sang a lot of French, and it's like, what the hell is this language? Like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. We sang some French songs for, like, our Christmas concert. For context, I sing in a choir. Okay, there's a car going by. But we sang a lot of French, and I'm like, why does this language exist? This is terrible. Alright, we're gonna try that. That might work. Probably not, but... Yeah. Gerstlauer's, Schwerder's Karnen, like, oh my god, Schwerder's Karnen looks insane. Get Goodry. Also, like, Vekoma Woody sounds pretty, like, novel and unique. Like that idea. What else is I gonna say? I want to try, like, the Megalites and also Goliath at, Wallaby something. I also really want to ride, I really want to ride Express Platform 13. Because I've ridden the Rock and Roller Coaster a lot, and I'm, like, fascinated to see what it would be like with... Yeah, I think it's Wallaby Holland. It's in this friggin... It's in this friggin' scenario, which I'll get to. But we'll save this. I'm jumping all around because I've had a bunch of champagne, but that's how it should be, right? But it's Six Flags Holland instead of Wallaby Holland. Yeah, there it is. But it's green and disgusting. But I really want to ride Express, like, it's right over here, Express Platform 13. I really want to ride that because I've ridden the Rock and Roller Coaster in the dark so many times, and, like, I'm really curious to see what it'd be like. Look, it's the first SLC. I know, the original Goliath colors are terrible. They're atrocious. We'll go back to Busch Gardens now. That's a lie. I loved, as a kid, that I could go on the Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, never say never. Like, when I was a kid, and I was like 10 years old, I'm like, I can go to my home park in Roller Coaster Tycoon and ride everything? How cool is that? This was the coolest thing in the world when I was like 10 years old, and I was so happy. And now I'm really happy because it's like a little time capsule, you know? It's like I can go back in time to, like... Their Nitro's not very good, but they got the color scheme right, so that's all that matters. But I love that I can go back in time now, and I can experience Six Flags Great Adventure like it was when I was a kid. Like, the Scream Machine's still there, Rolling Thunder's still there, Medusa's in its original colors, Skull Mountain is, like, in the scenario, which is hilarious. If you see, like, E3 scenery, look at that. Ain't it perfect? It's perfect. But that's how I became obsessed with X2. Because I would go on, and I would open up the Magic Mountain scenario, and I'd be like, what the hell is this thing? This pink and yellow abomination that rotates the seats. Like, what the hell? And that's how I became obsessed with X2. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I just traveled halfway across the world for a wedding. I never thought I would go to India ever in my life. And I ended up going to India. Oh, wait, let's see if they match. I think it might work, actually. I think we got it. I think we got the duel. I think we got the duel, guys. Oh, we got the duel. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you want to be, like, one of the nice... Oh, it's for Bolton? I thought it'd be Big Bad Wolf, but okay. One of the nice things about this hobby is, like, it was really satisfying, I won't lie. I was really happy about that. One of the nice things about this hobby is that it kind of forces you to travel. And, you know, if you want to go to different parks, obviously, you go to the different parks, but you also get to experience, like, different places. Which is, like, obviously, I want to go to Japan. I want to go, like, ride Ejinaika. I want to go to Fuji-Q, but also, like, just experience, like, Japan. I go to, like, Australia and New Zealand, but also, like, experience those places. So that's kind of how I feel about, you know, moving forward as I grow older and make more money, hopefully, and start to kind of get into a place where I could start traveling all the time. Like, use the opportunity to kind of go around and get a bunch of credits, but also explore the world. Bolton is spectacular. I hate to say it, but it's really good, and it might be better than the Big Bad Wolf. And I hate to say that. Alright, so, we're going back to where we were originally. We're going to break the Smilers inversion record, which is... what? 13? Is that right? I have a friend in Seoul, actually. One of my friends that I made from the India trip lives in Korea, so now I have an excuse to visit then. You gotta get a lot of height up here if we're gonna hit that many inversions. 14! Oh, God. Alright, alright. We'll make it work. Gotta enable all drawable track pieces, and we're gonna make it funky. We do that? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Is this... Oh, the Roman Rapids. I forget about that. And I really ride water rides. I'm not a big water ride guy, because... I mean, look at me. Look at this skin. You think this is a skin that can handle getting sunburnt? The answer is no. Unfortunately. Okay, 14. Let's do it. Let's go. Easy. Right off the bat. Vertical loop. I think Smiler looks horribly fun. Okay, loop into a Cobra roll. Is that gonna be too low? Yeah, we might actually exceed lateral G's, so I'll make it. I like Sea Serpent rolls. I think they're better than Cobra rolls usually. Probably B tier. There aren't many out there, so. Oh, that's true. It does have over the shoulders. People have been asking me for a while, and I don't know if I should do it, but I've been thinking about it. People have been asking me for a while to do kind of a sequel to the inversions tier list, it's something I could definitely do. It's just it would get into like the more obscure inversions because I kind of did all the major ones already. Okay, that's 4, right? My God. And also I'm talking like I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure not to exceed the lateral G penalty, as if this isn't gonna have like 30 intensity from having 15 inversions. I should have actually picked. Yeah, no, we're gonna make changes. So, if you have not seen yet, OpenRCT2 did some crazy stuff with the LIM coaster slash looping coaster. Roller Coaster Tycoon considers them to be the same ride. But they put in some insane elements. Let me show you an example. They put in 0G rolls. They put in large 0G rolls. Like that. They put in the large... Oh, no, they didn't. They did that for RMCs. They put in large half corkscrews. Obviously, this like wouldn't work as a ride. They put in medium and... Let me just show, because it's easier that way. They put in large half loops. They put in medium half loops. And then obviously you still have the regular loop. Like, they put a bunch of new stuff in, which is really cool. But like, why did they pick the Schwarzkopf? I don't know why. You think they would pick like a better option, I guess? Like, you think they'd start with the B&M Twister? You know, that's in my mind. Ooh, a Sea Serpent roll and inverted coaster sounds pretty great, honestly. Yeah, I'm of mixed opinions about Gerstlauer's. I wrote Shellraiser, and I was really disappointed by Shellraiser. I was expecting a lot better, but I really liked Hang Time. I'll make it. Is that no? One more. This is BGW's new coaster. It's gonna be named Draken's Revenge or something stupid like that, just so you're aware. It's gonna be Drakenfire colors. In fact, we can make him Drakenfire colors right now. Let's do that. Nope. Gotta be brighter. Yeah, look at that. Ooh. I just find that I'm a really big fan of whip. So like I like a long train that has a lot of whip in it. And Gerstlauer's don't have that for obvious reasons. Okay. We're back. Daredevil Dive looks fun. Oh, I'm excited to get Tantrum at Darien Lake. That should be fun. So for anyone who's logged on now, I was talking before about my plans for the future. I have a very large trip planned, hopefully sometime this summer, where I'm going to do a road trip for basically all the parks that I have not hit in my immediate area. There's like Six Flags New England, Great Escape, Darien Lake, Marineland, most importantly, because, you know, Dragon Mountain. Ooh. Literally, I'm basically doing this trip for Dragon Mountain. I know earlier on I said I'm totally not making this trip just for Dragon Mountain, but I'm absolutely making this trip just for Dragon Mountain. Canada's Wonderland, Waldemere, and then I'm gonna finish. I mean, I'll hit you up. It's gonna be sometime in the early midsummer. We'll see. It kind of depends on when my advisor gives me time to take off. But she usually gives us 2 weeks in the summer. It's just a matter of when in the summer that is. Okay, so 15. It's really making it hard on me. But I'll do it. I'll do it because I'm a trooper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, ooh, you know, we'll do a ridiculous bat wing because why not? Yeah, I mean, there's always less time than whatchamacallit. This isn't gonna work well, is it? No, it's not. We gotta go higher. Can I do this? Is that gonna work? No, it's not. Oh, I know what to do. I just love that there's a park named Chessington. What a British name. Oh, that's actually less than I thought. This thing's gonna be going like 100 miles an hour at this point, but I don't really care. Nice. Oh, we'll do the little photo section right here. Underground. Oh yeah. RMC should hire me, honestly. I mean, who wouldn't hire me? I always think in my mind that, like, technically speaking, I could very easily get a job in a, like, as a roller coaster designer, and I'm like, what if I just give up on the rest of my life plans and do that? I don't think I will, because I think, like, I like the YouTube channel, and I like making videos, but I feel like, you don't want to shit where you eat too much. And it's like, if I, like, get a job making roller coasters and I have a YouTube channel about roller coasters, I'll probably get burned out real quick. It's gotta be another 0G roll, doesn't it? Yeah. This does look nice, though. Very satisfying. And then I'll do... It's just gonna be, much like the Smiler, it's literally just gonna be a bunch of 0G rolls. Oh, that is less momentum than I thought. Am I gonna make it on one? My challenge to myself is that I'm gonna finish this on one chain lift. But we're not even gonna make it that far. I think if we do the Schwarzkopf trains, it'll be a little better. And I'll up the chain lift speed. Why is it a powered launch? I didn't realize it was a powered launch. If anyone else has any suggestions as to what our next project can be, feel free to let them be spoken in the. I can speak words. Feel free to put them in the comments, and we will consider it. We are trying to break the inversion record right now with 15 inversions, which is quite the order. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the JoJo roll. But I'm trying to make it a functioning coaster. So this will be the mid-course. Oh, you know, it'd be really funny. I'm gonna do the Intamin thing where I just have three Heartline rolls in a row. I think that's worth it, right? Oh, I just had a great idea here. We're gonna do the Drakenfire drop because that's a great idea, actually. I'm down for the kitty coaster high above the ground. We're doing the Drakenfire drop. We'll go right into a vertical loop. What are we at now? I'm losing track. No, I like Heartline rolls. They're good. They are B tier. They might be A tier in my video. I don't know. It's been a while. But, I enjoy me a good Heartline roll. We're gonna do an anti-outlaw run. So we're gonna do 0G rolls going That's the other thing, like an Intamin 10 inversion. Like, that sounds fun. I would love to try that, but they don't have any of them in America. And, like, um... what's that place called? Goddamn. The Lost Island? Lost Island, is that what it's called? That place that just opened with Matagani. I'm really good at this. Oh no. Oh, my dream is failing. Altair looks cool. Oh no, that'll. Again, I keep thinking the lateral G penalty is a problem when I'm building like this 15 inversion coaster. It's gonna have 20 intensity, but I just can't stop it, man. It's ingrained inside of me. These corkscrews gonna have great hang time. Oh wait. Oh, I just had an even better idea. That gonna work? Oh, look at that! Isn't that good? See if I do. Loops are fun. I think like there's gonna be like a loop renaissance soon. You know, that's my thought. Like people have gotten so like into just RMC style like airtime 0G rolls and like stalls and stuff. I think like there's gonna be a loop renaissance. I'm hoping that Hot Wheels ride is really good. It very much may not be, but I'm hoping it'll be good because I think that could start like a looper renaissance. Because people like loops. I think the problem is just like everyone got their looper, and it's like, well, why are we gonna get more loopers? We already have a looper. Okay, now it's mad at me because I put block breaks in. We're gonna go. What am I at? Let's count. Let's count, kids. We're at 1. No, you gotta include the JoJo roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, mid-course. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, we got it. 15, 16. Oh, we got it. Yeah, I mean, that's my thought. Like, obviously the rendering looks like it's literally just like an arrow loop screw from 40 years ago. But I'm sure Chance will actually do a good job with it. Like, Chance, they're good. I like Chance. Not that I've been on Lightning Round, but they're like, you know, obviously SNS has the arrow assets, but like they're like the true spirit of SNS. Sorry, of Arrow. No, I know Chance is Morgan, but like Dana Morgan founded the company, and Dana Morgan was the CEO of Arrow in the 80s. So I like to think that they're very much the spiritual successors to Arrow, since Arrow went under, and Morgan didn't go under. Morgan was just like, you can't fire me, I quit. That was literally Morgan's. It's so weird though. They like went out on top. Like they just made Steel Dragon. They just did Phantom. And they're like, nah, we're gonna call it a day because Dana Morgan wants to retire. I respect that, honestly. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? You just think that, like, they would get someone else to finish it. And can people not come back here? Is this a part of the park people can't reach? That's an issue. I think so. So actually, RCT made grade crossing. Just like, how cool is this? You can put grade crossings on the train tracks, so people can actually walk through the train track. I think this is where... No, this isn't where... Come back, come back. Chances, yeah, exactly. We just gotta delete this little path. What the hell? There's some funky stuff going on here, but I think I got it. But yeah, basically I'm saying I'm a Chance Morgan hype man, and I'm really excited for Steel Force with the new control box, because that's going to be amazing, and it will almost be Magnum at home. Almost. Alright, can guests get to my ride now? Okay, they're coming. Let's test it, shall we? I will take name suggestions in the comments now. If anyone has a name suggestion, feel free to add it. Wait, how many? Too many trains, too many trains, too many trains. We gotta stop that. Oh, you want to reverse the trains? Why not? Let's do it. Listen, if any of you want to throw in a super chat, feel free. I'm happy to take your money. That's how it works, right? Does that work? I will say he's not here, but shout out to the Dadbod Game Squad who gave me my first super chat the other day, which was $10, and I was like, oh my god. I was very flattered and very happy because he's been a watcher for the channel since like the very beginning, and so it was really good to see. And also money's nice, so yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got here. 2. Oh wow, that's going fast. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Ooh, that's a... Ooh! Okay. 9. 10. No, that's not 10. That's just a mid-course. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Am I counting right? 15. 16. And we're back. Now are we clearing it? Oh, we are. The block brakes are working. And no one's gonna ride this ride. It's gonna have like 15 intensity. And I'm really excited. Yep. 13.87 Ultra Extreme. We're also almost a mile. 16 inversions. We did it. Conveniently, we can change our guest intensity preference. Make it that they prefer rides with more than one intensity, and then we'll get people to ride it. Alright, so next up I have a kiddie coaster as far off the ground as possible, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. We got our little Zero Tivoli right here. So should I just have it be... Can I get an elevator? No, I can't get an elevator. Alright, maybe just no one's gonna ride this. Apple's Apple 305. Alright, how do you want to do this? Do you want me to build it from the ground with like a disgustingly long chain lift, or do you just want to build it in the air? I'm down for either, but I have to turn off height limits. Not clearance check, sorry, support limits. As we do that, Cameron, welcome. Oh my god. I think it's as high as I can... Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. We're at... Okay, we're gonna get to 600, which is the limit, apparently. We found the... I think it's in... It's in this corner over here. We could say it's Italian. We'll make it Italian, and we'll do some, Okay, the limit we found out is 600 feet in the air. And now we just gotta do a 600-foot drop, and then it'll come back up. Oh my god. Oh. Bro, that's a totally reasonable crest. And then we're gonna do an I-305 turn, because we have to. Oh, this could be a new country. That's a great idea. Um, oh, Emma, the Stratosphere ride. I remember that there was on my like VHS tape when I was a kid. The Stratosphere ride. I forget what it was called. It's literally just a coaster that just wandered slowly around the stratosphere. Um, I guess it wasn't powered, but it was like a powered coaster. All right. Anyways, if anyone has Croatia, okay, we got Croatia. Any other suggestions? Be reasonable here. Not that I don't know what. Oh my god, we made it back. And then we'll just do like a couple Dragon Wagon drops. Liechtenstein. Oh, actually, that's a good idea because we're making coasters that like Intamin would dream of making because Intamin's insane. Could make it India. I'm not making it Saudi Arabia. that's my limit. Is I'm not doing Saudi Arabia. Only because I don't have good things to say about Saudi Arabia. All right, you ready for this masterpiece? I think I'm gonna go Liechtenstein just because then we can pretend to be Intamin, and that sounds fun. I mean, I could do Saudi. I don't know. I just like people are like, oh, you gonna like go to Saudi Arabia to ride Falcon's Flight, and I'm like, honestly, they're kind of terrible people. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, it's my New York accent coming out. Oh no! Damn. I figured it'd, like, you know... I guess friction's pretty brutal at 100 miles an hour. This is starting to get me motion sick. Can I put chain lift on this? I want to try and get people on this. I don't even know how that would work. I think I have to get an elevator. No, I can't put chain lift. Oh wait, no, there's a cheat for that. There's a cheat for everything. Oh look, they made sprites for it. Oh, it is Saudi. I guess the New York would be Saudi. Saudi Arabia. There we go. It's perfect. No notes. The height of Falcon's flight and the intensity of Moonsault Scramble. I mean, if we put it in, you can't make inversions on this, unfortunately. Alright, let's see how far it gets up. So you want to look at the, oh wait. Oh, because I changed the chain lift speed. We don't want to, we want to see it right now. I'm gonna put 8 Gs. That's gonna be my guess. My guess is 8 Gs. I'm gonna pull 8 Gs at the pullout. Yeah, basically. I mean, this is the Harley Quinn Crazy Train right here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is the real show right here. Now I gotta build a 600-foot tall elevator. Wow. This is the perfect way to finish the ride. No notes. Is it even gonna make it back to the station? I don't even know. I don't think it is. Damn. Gotta put boosters. Okay. This is a masterpiece. I have no qualms with it. Oh, okay, actually. Well, I have an audience. I want to solicit your opinions on the intros. Hi, Rosie. Wait, Rosie? What are you doing here? I'm like 60% through this champagne. But, what was I gonna say? Yes, I wanted to solicit your opinions on the intros, which are deranged. But I enjoy making them, but do you enjoy them? You know, at the beginning of, like, every video... Look at this guy. Look at him go. Look at this guy go. Hello, underscore. I don't know who you are, underscore, but hello. Rosie, so far we've RMC'd the Loch Ness Monster. We've broken the inversion record, and now we've made a 600-foot tall kiddie coaster, which can't finish the circuit. But yes, do you think they're funny? If you don't think they're funny, they're a lot of effort, and I'm kind of getting tired of doing them, but I also think they're really funny, so. Are there boosters on this thing? Okay, cool. This was way more effort than it needed to. I keep accidentally removing the... Okay, cool. If I had to pick a single credit I'm most excited for, it would honestly... No, it would be Dragon Mountain. You kidding me? I'm so excited for Dragon Mountain. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be the best. I'm glad YouTube is recommending this in the, Oh, let's do the teleporter. I wonder if the teleporter is gonna work. God, this is gonna be so high. Yeah, but I'm trying to start a headcanon with Alan Schilke, and my eventual hope in my life is that if I continue to make these videos, that someday if I get popular, Alan Schilke will notice and be like, why the hell are you making me into this horrible person? And that'll be my peak moment. Yeah, I actually got him from... This is a very specific... Yes, I am going to be at Winter Chill Out in the morning. So if you're going to be there in the morning, I will be there. And you can say hi. And interact with me for the rest of the day, I guess. Because we'll be on tours together. But I'm very excited about it. But yeah, there's this Pokemon YouTuber I watch a lot called Jimothy Cool, who makes the most deranged intros. But his subscriber rate, like, versus... how to describe it? Like, his subscriber rate versus, like, standard YouTubers is insane. Like, he gets way more subs, like, per video watch than most people do. Like, most people, like, 10% of subscribers watch. He gets, like, 40-50%. And I'm like, let me just, like, well, I'll see you on the way out. You can say hi. I will say hi. I'll be happy to say hi. But yeah, I stole the intro idea from him, and I'm like, this is kind of fun. So I've been still doing it. My honest opinions about Top Thrill 2 is I think the launches are gonna suck. But I think that the actual, like, the back spike is gonna be pretty much worth it. Oh, I thought it was a teleporter. This isn't teleporting. This is just moving people up. Alright, well, that's gonna take 5 minutes. So we're just gonna open this. I'll take names for the insane junior coaster, by the way. If any names in the chat, Mock Tower. That's good. That's good. I like that. I'll make it blue too. I totally lost my train. All right. Yes. Oh, names for this. If you have names for this, LMK, I will add them. Yeah, the back spike is gonna be crazy. The back spike in the back row on, like, Possessed at Dorney, which is my frame of reference for backwards back spikes on a shuttle. I'm just gonna finish this. There's a YouTube video to make Demon Drop. It's kind of complicated, and I don't think I could do it right now, but it can be done. It's really cool. I bet if I download it, I can, like, do... I'm gonna wear my Demon Drop shirt on, I'm gonna wear my Demon Drop shirt on Saturday. I was debating between the Magnum shirt and the Demon Drop shirt, and it's like, you know, I gotta rep my boys at Dorney Park. Okay. I can't find a download for it, but there is actually a way to make a Intamin first generation drop tower in Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's just really complicated and involves a bunch of stuff. Is anyone riding this? 0. Perfect. Great. I'll take suggestions for the next ride. I'm actually gonna do I'm gonna do a swing launch coaster, like Pantheon style, because I figured out how to do that, and it's actually really cool. I'm currently in college for my PhD, which is technically college. A little bit different than the standard fare. Oh, that was it, yeah. OpenRCT2 did a bunch of crazy stuff with the Giga coaster, too, so you can do all this crazy stuff with the Giga. But I figured out how to do a swing launch, and it's actually really cool, and I will show you very briefly. But yeah, I hope to graduate by the end of the year, and then the goal is to hopefully, well, the goal is to just wander around, ride roller coasters for a year, and then after that, it's going to be becoming a professor, which would be pretty cool, I think. But we'll see. Biomedical engineering. I have a master's in mechanical engineering, which is, yeah, we'll just do the swing launch from the get-go. We can add it in, do it right here. It takes a little finesse to do, but it actually works pretty well. Do like that. But yeah, if anyone has suggestions on next rides, I'm happy to take them. We gotta remove collision. Alright, let's see how that does. Yeah, they sell them on the Homage store, Rosie. I definitely asked you if you wanted it. Oh, Emma, it's like what, like 4 a.m. over there? Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Look at that, folks. Look at that. Ain't that a beautiful thing? Ain't that a beautiful thing? 1:30. That's not that late. For you, that's like nothing. A launched RMC with an Intamin layout. Ooh, I like that. That'll be... Gonna add... object. Gotta put in the hybrid coaster. That's not roller coaster. There we go. Actually, I could do that really easily because I've already made a fake Fury. It's not actually like a 1-to-1 Fury, but it's pretty accurate. Oh my god, I forgot how big it is. Sure, it can go there. I did this a while back. Oh, I might do the Magnum chart. The problem with the Magnum chart is that I you know, I don't live nearby. Like, if I lived nearby, I would absolutely do it, but it's like kind of a once a year, twice a year maybe kind of thing to get to Cedar Point. And it's like, if I'm only gonna be at Cedar Point like once in a year, I'd rather just ride Magnum in the back in the magic seat like all the time. Which I think is understandable. Oh, what are the ratings on this thing? We didn't even check that. I got busy making Mini Fury. As you could tell, I planned this out because I'm like, need height off. Wait, it exceeded 10 because I exceeded the lateral G penalty, and that's the only reason it's too extreme. I think we might get riders, though. We need to get some riders on here? Let's go. Let's see it. Oh my god, there are some riders already. Well, I'm planning on going to Cedar Point, so... No, this ain't getting to 10 excitement. Not this literal 600-foot drop into a deadly I-305 turn. The max positive vertical G is 7.17 Gs. I'm gonna watch this dude in the back row with the hat, though. Sweet Caroline. They bow to be dead. I'll tell you that. Well, sorry, I plan to teach just like general mechanical engineering, mostly fluid stuff. Fluids is kind of fluids and like bone mechanics, biomechanics. That's kind of my specialty. Um, but I kind of had this dream of like doing like an elective course where I like teach like roller coaster stuff as an elective, which I think would be cool. But who knows? There's a lot of stuff that has to happen in the interim. But that's like a me getting tenure in a while sort of thing. Okay. Oh yes, the RMC. We'll put that in Italia because I'm running out of space over here. Whoops. Ignore that drop. Where's the hybrid? Oh, there it is. Okay, we're gonna make an RMC in the style of an Intamin. At least I'm gonna try. I had a very good professor for fluids, I think. And it took me a while to get into it, but once I got into it, it's very interesting. And that's kind of what my goal is, you know, as a professor, try and teach things in a way that people will actually like become interested in it. Because like if you just get 1 or 2 students a year to if you get 1 or 2 students a year like interested in the material, like that's a victory in my book. We're gonna do okay. We have 2 options. We could do the straight launch, or we could do the launched lift hill. But I'm pro launched lift hill here, because you know we gotta pour one out for our boy Lightning Rod. May it rest in peace. I'm gonna go launched lift hill. This is gonna be ridiculous. It's gotta be in the style of an Intamin. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, rip to a real one. The style of an Intamin. Be a top hat. Is that fitting inside Apollo? It is, yeah. That top hat's not gonna be tight. I'm so glad we went to Dolly when we did, because no offense to Lightning Rod, but damn, like that doesn't look good. Like, it's really sad. Okay, actually, that looks amazing. Are we thinking like classic Intamin or like modern Intamin? Is that kind of like modern Intamin's like pretty RMCE in some points, honestly. We'll get our little top hat. I respect that. We're doing classic though. Changing things up. We're doing Expedition G-Force drop. And then there's just gonna be a big ass airtime hill. I think we're hitting Apollo. Oh, we're definitely hitting Apollo. Which doesn't matter, but we could just... No, I hate Mystery Mine. You know I don't like Mystery Mine. Oh, wait. Since I turned off collision, I forgot we could have a little water splash, so I guess I'm gonna keep that in. Wish you could do overbanks in this game. You can't really do overbanks. Well, okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Do a flying snake dive. Needs to go higher. How many is the flying snake dive? It's 2, right? Like 1.5, and then it goes down. Like that. That's close enough, right? I don't know if you have... Yeah, it's close enough. I don't know if any of you played RCT3 as a kid, but, you know, like RCT3 randomly has Stormrunner and, like, random Hershey rides in it, which I never understood. It's the best. Yeah, I think we got the G-Force drop. We should have a ridiculously tight airtime hill. We have a flying sneak dive. Now I guess we need an I-305 snap. Oop, whoops. Let me get... Oh, wait. That's how we'll do it. Yeah, nice I-305 style snaps right there. What else classic Intamin do I need to... Millie doesn't really have anything, like, defining it. Besides the big-ass drop, like, that's kind of like the Millie thing, you know? A Stangle Dive. Oh, yeah, we could do a Stangle Dive. It sounds kind of hard to do with RCT, but I'll give it my best. This can kind of... This is, like, kind of... obviously, it's beyond vertical, but it's, like, kind of a Stangle Dive. Not really, but I tried. Tried my best. That's what we got. Honestly, it's not terrible. And then, ooh. This will be the Maverick roll. Because we'll be going way too fast here. Then we'll do an S-Hill like Superman. That S-Hill is going to be deadly, too. Anyways, so I would like to hear from all of you in the audience here. Tell me about your plans for the coming coaster season. Let me know what you're going to be getting, some fun new credits. We're all here to bask in the excitement of enthusiasm. I don't know. Let me know where you guys are going. I'm curious to hear. A helix? Yeah, we kind of have a helix in the... over here. Oh, for Superman. Yeah. Oh, and we also have to do, we also have to do the friggin' finale. I know we already did the Intamin 10 version finale here, but we'll do it again. Oregon credits. What's in Oregon? Is that the, isn't it just like an arrow looper and like a kind of crappy park? World's longest gravy train, Hollywood Nights. I am not going to Hollywood Nights, unfortunately. I don't know. I didn't really try. I think Hollywood Nights sounds like a bit of a nightmare, honestly. People... Oh, yes. Yes. I'm really excited about the All-American Triple Loop. And I hope to get it at some point. My plan is to do, like... at some point, Kentucky Kingdom, Indiana Beach, and, oh, right, they do have that Eurofighter. I forgot about that. Okay, there's our Intamin 10 version finale. And then, where's the station? Oh, the station's over here. We're not even close. Okay. That's fine. I'll do the, there's like one more inversion at the end that goes into the station, but the station's over here. Yes, Ice Mountain bobsleds. Oh my god, I forgot about that stupid ass ride. That looks amazing. I love like weird janky rides like that. Honestly. I did say this earlier in the stream, but like I want to be a crappy coaster connoisseur. I want to get like all the bad credits in the country. Like I want to go to what's that called? A Little America, like very high on the bucket list. I want to go to the place that has the Hopkins Looper and it has the Chance Toboggan that looks like it can kill you. It probably will because I'm kind of tall. Oh, Taiwan would be dope. I don't know about their coaster lineup in Taiwan, but I mean, going to Taiwan sounds cool enough on its own. Yeah. Iron Menace will be fun. I'm excited to tour the construction site. Alright, we have our not an RMC Intamin. Oh, the tilt. I want to go to, so I watch F1 a lot, so my dream is to go to COTA, mostly for the race, but also to go to COTA Land, and I'm hoping they'll finally, like, you know, at some point release their tilt coaster. Wow. This thing looks kind of fun, I won't lie. Oh, it's 10 already, okay. So, here's gonna be my deal. I'm going to go to a quick bathroom break. We're gonna come back, and we're gonna go till 10:30, and then 10:30 is going to be our cutoff, because I have to work tomorrow. But, yeah, we'll do a little more. If you guys have any more ideas in the chat while I go head to the bathroom, feel free to throw them in, and I will do my best to work on them while I'm gone. But I'll be back in a moment. Thanks. Okay, now we're back. I hope you can all hear. All right. Yeah. I think I fixed the mute. LMK, if it's fixed. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. I will say we got time for one more. So if you have any crazy ideas, feel free to throw them in the comments. We also don't have to finish with this. You can go back to the Thuzy list if you would like. You can just talk about random things. Kind of up to you. Now, here to entertain. So I'm curious what these ratings are. Oh, actually, they're quite good. People are gonna ride this thing because it has really good ratings. Where is it? There's... Oh, wait, there is a Togo. Ugh. God, I hate Togos. Not Togos, necessarily. I really want to ride Fujiyama. But God, I hate Togo standard. I forgot it was in the game. Because it's like the worst coaster type. The two Togos that are in the game are the two worst coaster types, and I feel really bad for them. Like the, You get in? Vesuvius the Blast Coaster? Ouch. That's good, I like that. I'm a fan. But, what was I gonna say? The two Togos that are in this game happen to just be the worst coasters in the game. Which I feel really sad about. Like, they have the Heartline Twister, and they have the stand-up, and they're both the worst coasters. Alright, cool. Well, if we're gonna make it, let's make it disgustingly deep red. Oh, that's horrible, I hate it. We'll make the track... Oh, no, that just looks like a terrible McDonald's meal. Just make it black. Honestly, I stand by my conviction that this would be a legitimately fun ride. The flying snake dive I'm very proud of. And I did my best with the Stangle dive. I think the Stangle dive is pretty good. Okay. I'm just gonna make a really long Heartline coaster, because that sounds funnier. Oh yeah, I forgot that the splashdown exists, which is totally unintentional. Oh yeah, that's something I forgot to mention, speaking of the Rhine River. This is very up in the air. My parents, my mom just retired and my dad just turned 65, so they're at that age where they're, getting old and doing retired people things. So they are doing oh no, I'm doing the Togo, don't worry. They're doing the old people thing where they go on a cruise, and they're doing a Rhine River cruise. So they're going like all around like Germany and a bunch of different countries like that. And there's a small but non-zero chance that I might join them for a brief period. I'm not gonna go on the cruise, but I might go to Europe and try and get some credits while I'm over there. All right, we got 4 Heartline rolls out of the station. Look at that. Look at that. This is the greatest ride ever made. Why is it so slow? It's like they're dancing. They're like synchronized. Look at that. It's kind of beautiful. Is it even gonna make it? I don't think it's gonna make it. Come on, buddy. Come on. You got this, you got this. Ooh, yeah. Now what? How do we get back? Gotta do this, yeah? We can make it higher. Let's make it higher. Let's make it a hyper, because why not? We can make it a hyper. This is the Togo hyper they've been talking about. Oscar's Whirly Worm. Or we'll do another really ridiculous Heartline roll before dropping. This is a masterpiece. Who would not want this in their park? And then we'll do a ridiculously fast Heartline roll. Or 2. Oh. I forgot. RCT does the really funny thing where it just, like, stops you on the lower transfer. So, no matter how fast you're going, it just, like, stops you at 2 miles an hour. Also, it's, like, clipping into the building, which is good. Let's see how this goes. This is a masterpiece right here. The ratings on this are going to be horrible. Actually, we'll probably have time for another ride too. I figured this would take longer, but then I realized that just they had the Heartline Twister and it's literally a straight line. Anyways, okay, no, I came prepared with, like, questions. What do you think is my worst opinion? If you had ideas on my opinions, what do you think is my worst take? I'm curious to hear what you think, because I have a lot of hot takes. Oh, man. This thing's real slow. If I had to say myself, I think my worst take is I'm becoming, like, steadily more anti-RMC. And I feel like that's just, like, an annoying, entitled, thuzy take. But also I'm becoming steadily more anti-RMC. So, you know, what can I say? Wow. Oh my god. This is great. This is the best ride I've made tonight. 21.49. Wow. Yeah, no, this is a masterpiece. 21.49. That's real bad. Can we get anyone to ride this thing? And it also has a 1.5. Yeah, my other audience question is, what do you think I need to ride the most? What do you think I should prioritize on my credits list? Because I have a lot of credits to pick up still, honestly. As much as I like to think that I have a lot of credits, which I do. Like, to someone who's not a big Thuzy, like, I have less than 200 credits, but that's still, like, a lot. But in Thuzydom, it's not very high. No, the arrow bias is totally validated. Wait till this Viper video comes out. I keep saying that. It's gonna be like... The thing that's gonna get me to make the Viper video is when they announce that Viper's gonna be torn down. And when they do that, that's so fun to watch, actually. When they announce that Viper's being torn down, then I will immediately, like, bust my ass to make that Viper video, and it'll be like 45 minutes, and it'll be glorious. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I already have plans with a friend that, like, if Desperado opens, like, we're dropping everything, we're going to Prin. Believe it or not, I've I've found Magnum circles, you know, people who love Magnum as much as I do, and believe it or not, they all want to ride Desperado, so we'll get there eventually. I forgot I made this little Fury thing. It's fun. It's a little hard with RCT too, because, you know, the track pieces are so limited, but yeah, that one's not gonna... Yes, Ride to Happiness looks incredible. That would be on my... If I were to go to, like... If I were to go to Europe and, like, visit my family on that tour, like, Plopsaland would be very high on the list of places to go. I haven't even been on a... Whatchamacallit? I haven't been on Time Traveler yet. Oh, we made a Togo. It has a 21.49 intensity rating and a 1.5 excitement. Second best coaster in Belgium, behind what? I mean, I think I know what the answer is, but I'm curious to hear. What was it? I think Rosie left. Yeah, she left. But yeah, Conda. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Marty's spreading that propaganda out here. Wait, I forgot something that'll be really funny. That's right. Of course I have a recreation of Drakenfire. Why wouldn't I? Where does it go? I think, like, here? Right? I think? Something here. Hey, Marty's been supporting these streams, so we gotta respect him for that. We'll just remove that, and then it'll work perfectly. But yeah, if I go on this, if I hop on for this Rhine River trip, Plopsaland is very much, like, on the way and very much a possibility. Trying to, like, keep the path the same color, even though it doesn't actually. He's the best. Do you know other New Zealand coaster enthusiasts? No offense, we love New Zealand. Wonderful place. Oh, this is like... Yeah, exactly. Well, I need to get the time machine ready so I can go back in time to ride Dododampa. That's the true test. I think I built Drakenfire in the wrong direction, but we're just gonna ignore that for now. The real sad thing is that I never got to ride Dragonfire, which is tragic, but no one in my family got to ride Dragonfire, which I'm surprised about because we went to Busch Gardens Williamsburg when Dragonfire was around and like running, but no one in my family rode it. So, I don't know. They didn't really bother because like I was so young and like my cousin was so young, like none of us were really old enough to ride like the big boy coasters, so like no one really bothered with it. But I really wanted my dad to be like, oh yeah, I rode Dragonfire. Like that would have been so cool. This is a perfect recreation, by the way. Absolutely no notes. I do need to ride Egenica, though. I need to ride everything else at Fuji-Q. Except Takabisha. I don't really care about Takabisha because I literally rode its clone. It was okay. But I really want to ride Fujiyama. Really want to ride, I really want to ride Egenica. I really want to ride, what's the other one? I'm blanking. Anyways, we have time for one more ride, so I'll be happy to take suggestions on anyone's part. 300-foot tall sleeper. At Fuji-Q? Fuji-Q is a 300-foot tall ride? Am I being an idiot? Am I forgetting something very obvious? Oh, no, yeah, well that's at Nagashima Spaland, which I also very much want to go to. I mean, they have Steel Dragon, and they have Hakuge, which looks absolutely insane. And they have a clone of Manta, and an Arrow Corkscrew. So, you know, that sounds like a great time. It's not a bad Griffin, actually, no, it's a terrible Griffin. I forgot. Everything after the drop is bad, but, like, the intro part. Acrobat, yes. Oh, right, they do have a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop. I forgot. And they have the, and they have this thing. Right? They have the Ultra Twister, right? In Nagashima? No one's riding this, I wonder why. Let's see what the guest comments are. It looks too intense. I thought I changed the, Or I could just do guests ignore intensity. There we go. There we go. We got one dude. Heartline Twister Coaster 1 looks like a really good value. We're gonna follow Luke on his journey through this horrendous coaster. Yeah, that's the thing. Japan just has like a lot of cool, weird old coasters that I want to try, like all this. All right, Cameron. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very excited. You couldn't tell. I'm happy we had the chance to do this, and we got a lot of people coming out. And I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Oh yeah, this is gonna be so funny. Oh, I didn't even notice our park rating is 0. Just 0. Perfect. No notes. The guests are getting lost or stuck, that's why. Someone's getting lost. That doesn't matter. We need to watch Luke on his journey. Oh, we won the award for the park with the most confusing layout. Damn, this is really slow. This would be really fun, like, in actuality, though. Like, that hang time would be utterly absurd. You know, like, what other country has, like, rides as weird as Japan? I guess it'd be, like, random places in Europe with, like, the RCCAs. There's a lot of weird stuff there. That'd be fun. It'd be fun to, like, go to Europe and, like, do the RCCA credit run. That's a real garbage coaster, kart coaster layout. Alright, here we go. You ready for the speed right here? Ready for the speed right here? Oh, thank you. No, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for doing it on the super chat in the other video. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And I know you've been a viewer since literally like the beginning, the dawn times. You've always been in my corner, and it means the world, man. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And you get to enjoy. Well, you can watch it later. You can enjoy our like horrific Busch Gardens Williamsburg, where we RMC'd the Loch Ness monster. Why is nobody on it? Nobody's on it. Don't people like RMC Loch Ness Monster? It's a masterpiece. What could anyone want? What could anyone else want? And it duels. It duels. Okay, my thought while we had the last like 15 minutes, my thought is to go back to the Thuzy list here and run through some things. So here's the deal. If you have a credit on your mind that you want to hear my opinions on, put it in the chat and I will let you know what it says. Yeah, oh, RMC Loch Ness Monster is a masterpiece. I mean, you know, they hired RMC to do the retrack. That's them, yeah. It's gonna be iBox. But if anyone has, just pick a coaster and I will give you my opinions on it. And if not, we're not RMCing Magnum. That's not an option. If not, I will put a random number generator in and we will find out what comes up. It should be rating. I hate Riddler's Revenge. I hate stand-ups. I think it's pretty fairly established, right? That I despise stand-ups. It's one of my older videos, but it's actually one of my more successful videos. Is my anti-stand-up slander video, where I just like talk about like why I hate stand-ups so much. No, I disagree. My thing about stand-ups is that the shorter ones are better. So I actually prefer like Vortex of Carowinds to any of the bigger stand-ups because it ends and then you can get off the ride and then you're happy. The layout's really good. I'll give it that. The layout is extremely good. The layout for Green Lantern's good too. I think the Green Lantern layout is better than the Medusa layout, but unfortunately, unfortunately they're not going to convert it to a floorless because there's like already a floorless in the park. So, oh well. The Magic Mountain like is an embarrassment of riches, and in my opinion, like when I'm there, I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time on Riddler's Revenge when I could be riding. Number 69. I think it's actually Anaconda, which is totally unintentional. No, it's actually Shellraiser. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Green Lantern is definitely worse than Riddler, but they're both terrible. All right, here we go. TMNT Shellraiser Nickelodeon Universe last rode in 2023. You would expect more from the world's steepest coaster. Better in the front, just prepare for that pothole. The launch is decent kick and the inversions have solid hang time, but it feels trite. The shake of the tower while you're in the break is more exciting than the famous drop itself. 7.25 out of 10. Number 69. I'm not the biggest Shellraiser fan, unfortunately. I wanted to like it, but I thought hang time was way better. I think hang time, where's hang time? It should be... Yeah, exactly. That's why I like... Hang time's at 50, so hang time's a pretty good. My 100th credit was the Mind Eraser at Six Flags America, because, you know, I like to make my credits noteworthy. So 100 was the Mind Eraser at Six Flags America. 150 was Vortex of Carowinds. And I'm trying to make 200 Dragon Mountain. It's possible. I'm at 188. I haven't added Guardians yet to this list, but I'm at 188. And I think if I did the math right, I think Dragon Mountain can be 100. Sorry, 200. Which would be really funny. Because like, come on, Dragon Mountain. Like that's my thing. All right. Does anyone else have any other requests, or I'm gonna hit the random number generator and see what comes up? Phoenix, yes. Ooh, Phoenix is a fun one because I am not the hugest Phoenix fan. Okay. 34 out of 187. Last rode in 2023. Yeah, that's correct. Um, I've ridden it more times than I've ridden it in the front and the back, but I only had one middle row ride last time. So I had one middle row ride in 2023, but I can tell if Phoenix is bringing it. The laterals are on another level this year. Buzzbar airtime and no seatbelt is as ridiculous as advertised, almost to its detriment. But yes, the airtime is hilarious. It beats Twister now, but Toro et al. Still embarrass it, which is my standing. I think that the airtime isn't as good as people say. The buzz bars are actually like it can kind of be uncomfortable, and like the first half of the layout is kind of just nothing, in my opinion. I think Phoenix is wildly overrated, but that being said, it's still a spectacular ride. Maybe if I didn't live very close to it, I'd feel differently, but I do live very close to it, so Magnum is at number 4. Trimless Magnum, what more can I say? Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm a Phoenix hater, and I know people don't like that. I think I prefer Ghost Rider, I prefer Boulder Dash, I prefer Twister. Um, we were talking about like old school Woodies. All right. If you weren't aware, last year I rode Magnum Trimless, and it was incredible. Trimless. Oh, this should be updated. It should be 2023. Trimless Magnum. What more can I say? I don't think anything can top the unhinged fury of a trimless return run. The airtime is sensational. The positives are crushing and hilarious. Even the turnaround was wild. Of course, the first drop, if you're sitting in the back, is still great. And when the third hill hits, it hits. My baby. I get why people like Phoenix. I get it. I just don't agree. I think it's wildly overrated. But I will give that it's very smooth. It's very re-rideable, relatively, unless you like bang your knee in the wrong direction, um, on that return run. Because the buzz bars, like, you kind of just like if you hit the wrong like angle when you're like going out of the seat, like you can just bang your knees, or you could like bang your elbow on something, and it kind of like hurts. I mean, like, sure, let's put buzz bars on everything though. Sounds fun. Let's put buzz bars on Steve. Steve can use buzz bars, right? All right, any other suggestions? I'm going to hit the random number generator, see what comes up. We got number 80. The Matterhorn. I think the Matterhorn is a too early to remember. Yes, it is. The last time I rode Matterhorn was in 2012. I loved the Matterhorn, but it's been so long since I've ridden it that I don't feel confident enough to like give it like a rating. So I definitely at some point I need to get back to Disneyland, basically just for Matterhorn, but which would be worth it because it's a really cool ride, but it's just been so long that I don't remember it. 84 is the the SNS free spin the Joker. Um, I really like this ride, honestly. Like free spins, I think are highly underrated. It's very wild compared to yeah. I fucking hate Shockwave, but that's me. I know some people don't like it. The big park free spins are actually really good rides, like Joker, like a really good ride. Tambili, terrible ride. Like the shorter layout and the way they break you is just like so much worse. You hit 13. What's 13? 13 is Phantom's Revenge. Ooh, okay. Well, if you're curious about my opinions on Phantom's Revenge, I have a 35-minute long video about it. I get that plug in. Not the second coming of Christ, but I still love Phantom. This clacky boy oozes character, great and funny trains. Funny referring to the pool noodle restraint, which is really funny. The ejector finale is great. It's no Magnum, but underrated positives. They're pummeling the whole start. The second drop starts with ejector, and then you kick your legs to float the whole way down. Great ride. Big fan. Would recommend it. Then I got number 3, and number 3 is Steve. I could read Steve. Hard to deny after riding this that it is absolutely god tier. Incredibly long with absurdly strong airtime throughout, a stellar first drop, wild pacing, and those floaty 0G rolls that RMC makes so well. Six Flags SFM. Oh, Six Flags Mexico. Yes. Very much want to ride that. Actually, I came very close to going on the Buzz Bars trip. Unfortunately, it was the weekend after I came home from India, and I couldn't. I like wasted all this time, like taking time off to go to India, so I couldn't go. But I really wanted to. It's very high on my list. But yeah, Steve lives up to the hype. It's a little uninspired and gratuitous at the end, but the first two laps are perfect, in my opinion. And then it all kind of falls apart in the third lap, but that's besides the point. Any suggestions in the chat? If you say a coaster and I don't have it on my credits list, you can pick another one. That's fine. Yes, I do want to come to Texas. So my brother actually, I think it was 2 years ago, my brother went down to Texas and he went to Six Flags Over Texas and he had a great time. He came back and he would not shut up about Mr. Freeze. He was really into Mr. Freeze, and I'm like, all right, like it looks really fun, but like calm down. He was also really into Titan, which I respect. That's a good take. I like that. I'm pro Goliath. In fact, I'll read Goliath because I think Goliath is a generally underrated ride, and Titan just seems like a better Goliath. So then I came close to getting like flash tickets to go to San Antonio on a random weekend to like hit up SeaWorld San Antonio and hit up Fiesta Texas, but unfortunately I just had too much stuff going on. But I'm hoping sometime this year, like I kind of like sign up for like a cheap flights website, and they send out like emails when you have cheap flights. So my hope is that I'm just like grab a random flight one day and like, oh, let's like go to like Valley Fair. Like, oh, let's go to like, I don't know, like California's Great America or something. Like I have a Goliath at 87, which isn't that high, but I think it's pretty solid compared to how people like talk about it. Like it's truly bereft of airtime besides the mildest of floater on the speed hill, but the positive G's are great from the first drop pull out to that godly helix, which has some of the best and most sustained positives this side of I-305. I'm glad it's not my home hyper, but I will happily say that I like it. We do have Soaring Eagle on it. Yes, exactly. Titan has the extra helix, which I hear is very crushing. Oh, I know that Soaring Eagle, I think Soaring Eagle's below the I keep counting the numbers. I think it's, oh yeah, here we go. 4.15 out of 10. It is below the 100. Even without the head cage, this thing is a disaster. From the moment the lift mechanism bangs into the car, horrid transitions toss you around the restraintless cage like a rag doll, and while it's not painful, it's very uncomfortable. Still, it's forceful in some places, and the rolls have good hang time. And yeah, I pretty much agree with that. When I was a kid, we used to go every year up to Ride Playland. My friend, my family friend, worked for a radio station, so every year she would get free tickets to Ride Playland. We would get Ride Playland, as I used to call it as a kid. I call it Ride Playland. We always used to go to Ride Playland as a kid, and with free tickets. And I was obsessed with the Volare. What was it called? It was called Superflight, right? Should be somewhere up here. It's not that high. Somewhere in here is Superflight. I don't know where. But regardless, I really liked it, and I thought it was a really good... Oh, that's why, because it's defunct now. But when I made this list last year, it was not. There we go. I ranked it a 6.25 out of 10. LOL, why did I like this so much? The Volare is hated by the coaster community, but I liked it a lot. IDK, haha, need to re-ride, except it doesn't exist anymore. So rip in peace. Rip in peace to Superflight at Ride Playland. I forgot they took that down, actually. I just completely forgot about that. Alright, my random numbers generator gives me 25. So what do we got for 20? Oh, 25 is Batwing. That is a great choice. Still one of the best flyers out there. The forces are on another level compared to the B&M flyers. You feel like your eyes are getting ripped out of your skull at multiple points. The rolls are very whippy, the helix in the back rips, and the loop combines pretzel loop positives with whip and a pinch of hang time. I agree with that. Batwing is really good. The only thing that like brings it back is like its layout's a little generic. Like I said this on my video, but if Tatsu were made by Vekoma, like as a Flying Dutchman, it would be one of the best rides in the world, honestly. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. Vekoma never got their chance. That's okay. All right, I will take one more request from the audience, and then we will wrap it up. So give me a good one. This will be the last request for the day. We'll call it a day. In the meantime, I will read 65. Copperhead Strike. Ooh, that's a bit of a hot take on my end. Ironically, the only part that exceeded my expectations was the decent first launch. It does focus on hang time, which is great without an over-the-shoulder restraint, but his mock lap bars are kind of sky rushy. Like, they kind of crush your thighs. I stand by that. Good inversions and layout, but everything is too compressed, leading to some uncomfortable transitions, and it had a bad rattle. I feel like I need to ride it again, and I'll definitely get to ride it again at some point in the near future, but I wasn't really a fan. Mystic is a bit of a hot take as well. Yeah, I really don't. I really don't like the restraints. Like, yeah, I guess it's like better that there isn't an over the shoulder, but like I'd take Hydra's restraints over Copperhead's any day. Like for the JoJo roll, like on Hydra, you literally like fall out of your seat, like you fly up and you like land into the restraint because there's a lot of space. It's like really entertaining. But for the mock ones, you just like feel a lot of pressure on your thighs because you can't go anywhere else. But yeah, Mystic. I have hot takes about Mystic too because I'm not that big a fan. Mystic is number 41 out of 187. It is an 8.15. Coast Rider. I thought Coast Rider before we go to Mystic, because I know Coast Rider. It's not great, obviously, but I'm more of a fan of Coast Rider than I expected. Where is it though? It's definitely low. Okay, 4.5. Honestly, I was expecting it to be like a 2. It's like thoroughly mediocre, which means it's significantly better than its reputation suggests. The laterals aren't super strong, and you get a good number of trims to ensure a pretty forceless ride, especially at the end. The restraints are truly idiotic, but I had no pain from the bizarre shin bar. I stand by that. It's not great, it's just... It's pretty meh. Alright, back to Mystic, here we go. Yeah, exactly. Mock Mouse is usually great. Like the Hershey Mouse is running like hell this year. Um, I hope that they keep doing that because I think I updated it. Okay. Anyways, Mystic 41, 8.15 out of 10. If this incredible layout had stronger airtime, it'd be quite high on this list. Unfortunately, the airtime is rather weak and non-sustained in the front or back. Layout is pure chaos. Great pacing and laterals throughout a gorgeous setting. It's a stereotypical GCI for better or worse. I kind of like the shed, which is my semi-shameful admission. I much preferred Thunderhead to well, not much preferred, but I preferred Thunderhead to Mystic Timbers, which I think is kind of a hot take in the Thuzy community, but I think Thunderhead is a bit better force and it's a bit more chaotic. The airtime isn't like ejectory by any standards, but yeah, I really enjoyed Thunderhead. I think that was I might prefer it to Lightning Rod without a launch, but we'll see. Curious to see. Why did I auto sum? That is very much the wrong thing to do. I was gonna look at type. Oh no, I love Thunderhead. I think it's really. I did ride it post retrack though, so that might have helped. I wanted to look at my Woody ranking. So, the top of my Woody rankings, like not El Toro, because I have El Toro as like a different thing. The top of my Woody rankings are Ghost Rider, which I adore Ghost Rider. I loved Ghost Rider. It's 24, which isn't that high, I guess, but I really. Boulder Dash is right behind it. Also really liked Boulder Dash. Then Phoenix. Like I said, I don't hate Phoenix. It's just in the grand scheme of things, Phoenix is pretty low for me. I guess I put Twister way lower. Oh, I didn't have a very good ride on Twister this year. That's why. Yeah, no, Ghost Rider is an awesome ride. I really like it. I don't have. I'm missing a lot of really big Woodies. So I'm missing the Voyage. I'm missing Hades. I'm missing a lot of like pretty heavy hitter Woodies to like make like strong statements about like, oh, this is the best Woody in the world. But from what I've ridden so far, I think Ghost Rider, yeah, oh, I definitely need to go to Holiday World. I remember last year yeah, Ghost Rider was running so well last year. Holy shit. It was amazing. I remember I met I don't know if any of you known Danon, you know, El Toro Ryan's dad on all socials or whatever. I remember meeting him. I met him first. He works at Disney. He was working at this Slinky ride, and I was wearing the Magnum shirt, and he like commented on the Magnum shirt, and then we talked for like 15 minutes. And he's like, "Oh, have you ever thought about going to Hollywood Nights?" And I'm like, "It sounds a little terrible, honestly." And he's like, "No, no, no, you got to go to Hollywood Nights. It's the greatest thing in the world." And that's how we became friends. And he's like, "You got to go to Holiday World. You got to go to Holiday World. You got to go to Holiday World." So eventually I'll get there. My thought is like bundling it with Kentucky Kingdom, because Kentucky Kingdom's right by the airport. You can fly in on a cheap flight, do Kentucky Kingdom, drive over to Holiday World in a rental car, drive back, and then go home. Like it's an easy one. Do you have any hot takes? The Beast is really is the Beast high? Is the Beast high at 62? 7.5 out of 10. I don't think it's that high. Thunderbolt at Kennywood also 7.5. Great ride. Invader, great ride. I need to ride Grizzly post retrack. What? Oh, right, because the rankings not. Okay. So, anyways, it is 10:30, so I think I'm gonna call it quits for the night. But thank you all. I think this is a rather successful stream, if I do say so myself. I appreciate you all hopping on for the ride and enjoying the celebration as we ran through this bottle of cheapest champagne. But, you know, it was good enough for what I needed it to be. But really, just to sign off, like, thank you so much for all of you. For everyone who's still here. But not even. Like, everyone who came to the stream, everyone who's been watching the videos, everyone subscribed to the channel. This is awesome. I never expected like years ago that I was going to be at this point where I'd be like making videos and people were actually going to enjoy them and watch them and engage with them. This whole thing started off with that corkscrew video, which I just made on a whim because I made a stupid bet with friends. And then a bunch of people watch it and they're like, oh, this is kind of fun. So I decided to kind of roll with it. And I'm really glad I did. I think I've been, you know, it's a lot of work, but I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy engaging with everyone. And now I'm at the point where like people come up to me at the theme parks and they'll be like, "Oh my god, you're Thomas XL200." Like, "Oh my god, I watch your videos. This is awesome." Which is really weird for me, but also still like really cool. I'm going to go like just straight video for the sign off. There we go. Yeah, it's really cool. So I plan to keep on doing this. I plan to keep on keeping on. I have a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipeline. Hopefully, um, you know, like I said, I'll be going to Winter Chill Out at Dorney this weekend. There'll be a video for that. There's a lot of elegy videos. There's more Crash Course videos coming. There's going to be plenty more shitpost videos. And maybe I'll start kicking up the streams again because it seems like the stream went pretty well, which is great news. But thank you. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. 1K and monetization is huge, but this is just the start. Next stop, 10K. Next stop, more money, I guess. And I can't wait to see what this channel has in the future. So, yeah, thanks again. And have a good night. I'll see you around. As always, thanks for watching.